Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this live stream, we are going to be watching along with the match that is taking place for the Currie Cup, the first match of round 14, and it is going to be between the Griquas and also the Pumas. This game has a lot on the line because for both of these sides, they need to make sure they can get the win. We will have a quick look at the table here. As you can see, the Bulls are sitting comfortably in first place, so they are going to be in the semi-finals. Same with the Sharks, but this big game here, the Griquas sitting on 33, the Pumas sitting on 32. Whoever loses this game, there is a slight, small chance that they could be overtaken, whether it is the Western Province who are taking on the Sharks later on, or maybe the Cheetahs can get the ultimate upset and be able to beat the Bulls. But I hope you are all doing well today. And at this stage, we have got plenty of Currie Cup action happening today. In total, we have got 3 games in a row. It is currently 12:30 a.m. here in New Zealand. It's the middle of the night, and it's going to be even closer to the middle of the night once these games are all over. But it is going to be well and truly worth it, as we are going to get to see some very good rugby between these two sides. Now, we are only a few minutes away from kickoff at this stage. So what we will do is we will show the lineups like we normally do. But first of all, we have got a whole heap of people in the chat. We have got Frenchie, we have got Moorcake, Mitch, Ali, also Damien, Brandon is here as well. And also we have got Kyle, Donovan, and I miss your streams as well, says Kyle. We are actually doing a few streams on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel lately for the GTA 5, but we are hoping to do a little bit more of a rugby challenge on this main channel as well in the upcoming weeks. But that's the thing, there isn't that much rugby on this weekend. There are only these games of the Currie Cup, but then next weekend we are into the top 14 is going to be starting up as well, the French division, and also we will have that third Bledisloe Cup test match between the All Blacks and the Wallabies, and then after that we've got a whole heap more action that is going to be taking place. I'm excited for all of it, and I hope you guys are as well, because we are going to be extremely busy, that is for sure. But right now, I will just get the lineups ready for you guys so you can see exactly who is going to be on either of these sides taking on each other. My name on YouTube is now my real name as well. It is Brandon, rather than, I believe it was Flower beforehand, if I'm not wrong. I hope you guys are all doing well. And also do let me know who you think is going to be winning this match between the Griquas and the Pumas. I still don't say the name quite right for the Griquas, but it is certainly a lot easier to say than some of the names of these players. I will be honest, I do struggle a little bit with quite a few of them. But yeah, hopefully it does all run smoothly for this live stream, and we do get to see a very good game. Like I mentioned, whoever wins this one more than likely will definitely be in one of those semi-final matchups, and I believe they will be finishing in third. So it's going to be interesting. That means that they will be playing whoever is in second, which in this case more than likely will be the Sharks. So it could be a very tough game for whoever gets the Sharks in the draw, because they have had a lot of draws this year, but that is only because of the fact that they have had quite a few games cancelled or postponed, or I think it's just pretty much straight cancelled, and you get 2 points for either side. So what we will do is we will put the starting lineups up on the screen, and we are only probably around a minute or two away from kickoff getting underway, which is extremely exciting, and hopefully it is a very high-scoring game. Most of these Currie Cup games are, because of the fact that both sides just seem to know how to score tries, and also both sides seem to be able to let a few tries in every once in a while, which does lead to quite a lot of attacking rugby. But what we will do is we will put me to the side so that we can put the line up there next to me. As you can see, this is the Griquas. They are the home side once again. Last week, they were the home side also up against the Western Province, and they were able to get a very good win over the Western Province in that matchup. So it is going to be interesting if they can do the same. I know that Stenkamp in the number 8 jersey, it's going to be a good battle between him and the man that I'm about to show in the number 8 jersey for the Pumas as well. Viridiam also having a very good game last week as one that we should mention, but this is the side that are going to be taking them on for the Pumas, and it is going to be in the number 8 jersey, Willie Engelbrecht. So I'm excited to see how he goes up against Stenkamp in this matchup. And yeah, like I mentioned, hopefully it is going to be a nice high-scoring one. I'm just going to make sure I'm on the right channel. I believe I am. So that means we are only around a minute away from this match getting underway between these two sides, these two talented sides. And there is a spot in a semi-final on the line. There's still a chance, though, that whoever loses this game will qualify fourth in the whole pool at this stage. And we have got there, Smithy said, if you were to rank your all-time rugby union teams on tiers, who would be S tier as well, says Smithy Toilet. I feel like, well and truly, we got to say, I mean, All Blacks and South Africa are both up there in terms of the top tier that you can have for these sides. And the fact that we've played them 99 times, and we're going to get to see the 100th game between the two sides in only a few weeks' time. On the 25th of September, I believe, is when that game is going to be taking place. It is going to be extremely exciting, and hopefully it will be a very good game. They actually had a replay of an old game between the two sides. It was the 2017 matchup where the All Blacks were able to win it around 57 points to nil, I believe. but I don't think that will be the case in this match coming up. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a very gutsy performance from both sides as well. But at this stage now, we are moments away from kickoff. It is going to be the Pumas kicking off from right to left for this one on a very dry pitch. I am at this stage just getting my lineups up on the screen, or up for myself, I should say, but it's going to be taken nicely by the Griquas. We have also got there, Hamish, it's supposed to be time go to bed as well, says Isaac Williams. Our last live stream that we're doing today, mate, is going to be at 5 a.m. is when the kickoff is going to be taking place. So it's going to be a late night one, but it should be very exciting. We have also got there, my badge is bronze now. It is indeed. You have been a channel member for a month, which does mean that you are now bronze. I believe 3 months then gives you silver. So anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that join button if you do want to become a channel member and have access to some emojis. That was a massive knock on there by a Devon Williams, and because of it now, it does mean the opportunity for the Griquas early on at scrum time is going to be on the table. At this stage, the Griquas, they had a tough game last week up against the Western Province. It looked like the Western Province were going to be able to dominate that, but then they just kept fighting the Griquas and were able to get that win in the end. That gave them this position of it being able to now have a good chance of making it into the semi-final. So pretty much what this means is whoever wins this game will be in the semi-finals. Whoever loses it has to rely on both the Western Province and the Cheetahs, both losing their games up against the Bulls and the Sharks, to be able to go through to the semi-final, although both of those games are going to be very tough for the underdog, the Province, and also, or Western Province, I should say, and also the Cheetahs in a game up against a strong Bull side. Going to be tough, but now it's going to be the scrum feed for the Griquas. Going to be Urgur, I think it is. I struggle to say his name, unfortunately, the number 9 for the Griquas, but he has passed it off now to Whitehead. Going to be using the back line straight away, possibly trying to get it out to Viridiam, who had a tremendous, that's a new word, I should say, tremendous game last week. And it is going to be hands on the ground in the breakdown. So that now means that it's going to be a penalty to the Griquas. Can you read my message as well? Plants vs. Unable, what is up to? This is the last question of Plants vs. Zombies. And every question is going to be about rugby. At this stage, it's getting close. It's around 90-something%. I think I was sitting at around 92 about an hour ago. So it's getting extremely close there. But the Griquas now, Whitehead is going to be kicking this one for the touchline to see how many meters he can make for a side. They want an early start and a bonus point. I mean, it's not necessary. All that's necessary in this game is getting that win. But a bonus point, I mean, both sides, whoever loses this game, actually, if it is the Griquas who lose this game, they are sitting on 33. So that would mean that the Western Province, even if they got a win over the Sharks, it would be extremely close. So I think if they do lose this game here, they need to make sure that they do get themselves that bonus point. This stage now, he has thrown it down the middle there, Van Roya, and it's going to be taken in the line out by the Pumas, so they've been able to turn it over here 40 meters out from their own line, but it's taken back by the Griquas now, and 35 out now means that they've got the opportunity. This name, Ungura, hopefully I'm saying that relatively close for the number 9 for the Griquas. I think his name is the hardest one to say out of the side for myself here with my Kiwi accent, but driven backwards in the tackle, the big forward for the Griquas here, and there's another bit of complaining, and it is going to be, once again, the player leaving his feet for the Pumas. This time it was Eddie Fouché who tried to get in that breakdown, trying to steal the ball 3 minutes into this game, and I think the Griquas might decide to take the 3 points and get themselves on the board early on. They're trying to decide. Whitehead having a conversation with Steenkamp. He's pointing at the posts, and it does now mean that they will be able to get first points on the board if he can get this one over. But yeah, do let me know who you think is going to be winning this match between these two sides. I think it could be quite a close game between them, to be honest. None of these games in the Currie Cup, other than, of course, the game that we saw last week between the Bulls the Sharks and the Lions, it was a runaway for the Sharks, who were able to get the most points any side has got throughout this Currie Cup so far. 41 meters out here, and George Whitehead has got the most points for any player heading into round 14. Tim Swill in second. He has 134, 143 though for this man, George Whitehead. Very impressive indeed. Now, who do you think is going to win? I think Pumas to win 23 points to 21. I think whoever wins it is going to only win it by about that margin that you have mentioned. It's going to be extremely close between these two sides. But I think, I don't know, the way that the Griquas played last week up against the Western Province, I wouldn't count them out of this match. I think that they have got a decent chance of being able to win it. That's a good strike. Has got it as well. So now the score is going to be 3-0 to the Griquas. They've decided to give him double points for that one. I'm not sure what's happened there for Flash score, but at this stage, it is 3-0 in this match. It is not 6. So just to let everyone know, hopefully, tell you what, the Currie Cup games and Flash score just don't combine well. I've found they kind of put up random numbers every once in a while, but now it's almost going to be taken by the Griquas. Was knocked backwards. It was now claimed by, it would have been Cater on that left wing side. Looks like Ugura is going to be passing it back. Still can't pronounce his name at this stage. It looks like they're just going to be setting up. A couple more forwards might look to just roll this ball forward. Although they're looking short side, maybe they'll decide to go to him. No, they are going for the kick instead. Going high, the Pumas trying to line it up. Williams was thinking about going for it, but instead now it's going to be sitting up beautifully for Kronya. Throws it into touch, though, unfortunately for him. So now the Griquas will have this line out about 40 out from their own line as well. So this game's starting at a pretty frantic pace. It looks like it's a relatively nice day there at the moment. It is being played at the Griquas home ground of, I've forgotten the name, Tafulaga Stadium, I believe it is, if I'm not wrong. And that might just be because I'm looking at a whole heap of the logo in the background. But now, once again, it is going to be going to the backfield. Ruan, big contact there with a Sergil. And at this stage now, just calling his shots once again. Ungura. Is it Ungura? Ungura. Hopefully that is somewhere near the pronunciation. His name's going to stump me big time if they do make it through to the semi-final. Rugby 22 is out, says Brandon, I believe. It is coming out in the early stages of 2022, unless, of course, they have released a pre-release kind of early access type thing back there from Sting Camp. And now, because of it, it's available for the Pumas once again for Share with a little kick in behind, looking for the touchline. It would be a 50-22 in another competition if it did start before the date of the 1st of August, I believe it was. If a competition starts before that date, it would have been a 50-22. Have they decided that it is a 50-22 here? That's a big question. I don't believe it is. It is just the kick in behind from Eddie Foucher. Very good kick there, keeping it low and finding touch only about 10 meters out from the Griquas line. Taken in the line out by the Pumas now. And they've been able to steal it only 10 meters out. And this is a perfect opportunity for them to be able to get their first points on the board. Just going to be using the big forwards, trying to drive through the defense of the Griquas, which was able to hold up pretty well up against the Western Province. Big run there from Engelbrecht in the number 8 jersey. Him and Steenkamp with a battle that I was looking forward to. Quick hands off for Shares, put it down though. And because of it now, it does mean that it will be a scrum fed for the Griquas. Only 5 meters out from their line here. And Eddie Foucher had a beautiful kick in behind, but just wasn't quite able to hold on to the pass from Neil Otto there. And it would have been a good opportunity. Had been on the outside as well. Could have been a perfect overlap. And we have got the question time as your next next live stream is going to be on Monday on the Kiwi Lads Gaming. I'm not too sure what date me and George are looking to do another one. We have also got Isaac, who will hopefully be able to take part at some stage. But at this stage, we're not too sure. We've kind of been putting a few of the ones. We've been kind of putting a few videos out on that channel at the moment, Kiwi. I can't let you off the hook until you can pronounce Griquas properly as well, says Achilles. And also, this number 9, Stefan Ungura. Is it Ungura? Is that how you pronounce it? Because it doesn't seem to want to roll off my tongue very nicely at all. And we have got, I want you to get some sleep as well, says Brandon. Although at this stage, the latest live stream we are going to be doing today is going to be at 5 a.m. kickoff. So I don't think that's going to be happening. I think I am going to be sleeping during the day tomorrow, that is for sure. But at this stage, they're actually going back for, I believe, the player getting taken out in the air possibly was the call there. Just on his way down in the jump. So it is going to be the Pumas now who have got the penalty 10 meters out, and they decide to kick for the corner. Foucher puts it only around 7 meters out, and now they're going to be going for that rolling maul perhaps that they will be trying to get going here, because they were able to steal that line out from the Griquas. They weren't quite able to set that last one because of the player losing his feet, because of the fact that a player went straight underneath him, I should say. At this stage now, they're showing Veriam in the background. He had a tremendous game last week up against the Western Province for round 13, but they have been able to claim their own one there. Going to be at the back here for Westrad. Looking for the offloader will be Smuts now with the ball in hand, going back across field. Hitting it up was one of the centres. He's dropped the ball, but it has bounced backwards now. Veriam with the tackle here. The Puma's going to be sitting straight out in front of the post, going across field. Smuts now with Engelbrecht on his side, one of the other big forwards in the loose forward trio. Going to be making their way forward, and at this stage, the Pumas, good face play so far from them, going short side once again. Smuts now gives it to Foucher, sells the dummy, but he is going to be tackled there and driven backwards by Keita, I should say, or Keita maybe. I feel like my pronunciations of some of these names are the best, so I do apologise in advance for that. Now it's going to be the big man running forward in the number 3 jersey, Kotze. Going back across field, Smuts now. Thinking about the white ball, little awkward kicking behind, but it somehow worked. And it's going to be now. And the hands of the number 11, firing it back on the inside now. Getting a ragdoll, a bit drop ball again from the Pumas, but luckily it has still bounced backwards for them. And it's going to be stolen in the breakdown by Vandermeer, but they are going to be going back now for the penalty to the Pumas. Once again, it is an easy kickable 3, but seems like they're playing aggressive today, so I don't think they will be going for that 3-pointer. And we have also got ATS, Springboks, England, and Wallabies as well, says Smithy Toilet. So I assume you have got the All Blacks as the one side in your S tier, Smithy, if I'm not wrong. And also we have got COVID-19 cases, 82 today. It was indeed. We are ramping up, although they still believe that the South Island is going to be going to level 3 when we do get the chance next Tuesday, I think it is going to be. And g'day, mate, as well, says James Gordon. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And also, All Blacks versus Wallabies. Who do you think is going to win? I want 32 points, 32, as well, says Brandon. So a 32-all draw in Perth would be pretty impressive, but that's the thing. Heading into those later rounds of the Rugby Championship, every point is crucial. So I think the All Blacks have to try and go for a big win here up against the Wallabies, but it's going to be tough. The Wallabies, they have got the potential. I mean, the last time they played at Perth against the All Blacks, they were able to get the win, and it was a comfortable win as well. So the All Blacks will have to be very careful. They've got a few players missing, but they have still got a strong side. Tell you what, that's a strong run there, but he's dropped the ball. It's gone backwards. The Pumas now 5 meters out, passing it across field, using the big forwards once again. It is going to be, it was Peter Janssen van Vieren with that run there, stolen almost in the breakdown. No, it's going to be a penalty to the Pumas. And once again, that is back-to-back penalties, only 5 meters out from the line at the moment for the Pumas. They've got to be careful here, the Griquas, not to end up giving away a yellow card. Could be on the cards here. And we have got, I'll be up for your 4:55 stream as well, says James Gordon. Yep, it is going to be a very late night here in New Zealand. It is going to be the match between the Sharks and the Western Province, and that will be the last game that we need to see of the Currie Cup, round 14, to know exactly who is going through to the final. And I think at this stage, it is going to be the Sharks. It is going to be the Bulls. One of these two sides are going to be making it, and then we will just have to wait and see who is going to be able to get the other spot, whether or not it is the loser of this match or either the Cheetahs or also the Western Province. Now the rolling maul now for the Pumas once again, trying to get something going at the back here. Is going to be Westrad. Looks like they are starting to make a few meters here, the Pumas. It's an awkward maul, but it's slowly creeping forward. Who's got the ball? It's been held up there. And it's going to be another advantage to the Pumas, but he's breaking off the back here, the big lock in the number 4 jersey for this one. Smuts now passes it across field once again to the hooker. And at this stage, it's going to be another penalty. I'll be right back as well, says James Gordon. We will see you a little bit later on. And at this stage, I think this is almost going to be the last warning for these guys in the Griquas shirt, because at this stage, that's about 4 or 5 in a row. Penalties conceded, it is 3, but they have given away a couple other advantages as well throughout that time. So they've got to be careful, or else they could end up in that situation of giving away a yellow card. We saw last week, though, when they ended up with a yellow card up against the Western Province, they actually ended up scoring more points in that time than they did without it. So it's going to be interesting, that is for sure. But at this stage, 11 minutes into this game, and it is still 3-0 to the Griquas. And once again, the Pumas are kicking for the corner. They are playing aggressively here. They are playing like a side who really want to find themselves a spot in one of those semi-final matchups. Can tab hard as well, says Ben. Welcome into the live stream, mate. At this stage, we are sitting 12:43 a.m. here in New Zealand, but there was some pretty good rugby, hopefully, on the cards for the Currie Cup. And also maybe Bunnings NBC, we might get to see Canterbury play next weekend at this stage, although the games keep on getting postponed. We've had about 2 or 3 weeks in a row where we haven't been able to see the Bunnings NPC rolling, which I'm a little bit disappointed about because of the fact I was following every single game of that competition when it was going, and I am going to continue doing live streams for those games, even when we have got the top 14, the Gallagher Premiership, United Rugby Championship, Rugby Championship. Everything is going to be on at the same time. It's going to the back now to Willie Engelbrecht, but it's going to be now another penalty, double blow of the whistle, and someone's going to the bin for the Pumas. And at this stage, who is it? He's got to turn around. He's running straight at the number 13 and just shoulder charging him on his way past. It's one of the big locks. Is it going to be Willemse or is it Smith? I need to see whether or not they put the number up. He's not turning around either. He's trying to make it very difficult for myself. We're still seeing him run, and it is still not going to tell us. But once it does come up down the bottom, I'm sure we will be able to see exactly who it was. Level 3 for us next week. That is true on Tuesday. I believe it is that we are going to be making our way back down the levels, which is good to see because of the fact we've been in lockdown for only a week or two at this stage. Like, it's nowhere near as bad as it has been in New South Wales, but they have had a very long time in their lockdown. Level 4 in 2 weeks. I'm not in Auckland as well, says Brandon as well. Is that how come you have to stay in level 4, Brandon? If that is the case, I believe it is the whole North Island, if I'm not wrong, who are level 4. But now at this stage, the scrum's just going to be going down. It was the number 4 in this one, Andre Smith, who is now going to be in the bin for the next 10 minutes for the Griquas. But like I mentioned in that game up against the Western Province, when they had one man in the bin, they actually ended up scoring some more points. So it will be interesting to see if that is the same. All of the game is going to be amazing. As well, says Brandon, yeah, these games for the Currie Cup, because it is the final round, you always see sides pulling out all of the stops and all of the little moves that maybe you haven't seen them do so far in this Currie Cup to be able to get that little bit of an edge over your opponent and make it into the semi-final. Like we're seeing here, the Pumas, they have not taken on about 4 easy 3 chances. So because of that, you can see that they are going to keep on going for perhaps a bonus point, try and really cement themselves in that semi-final. And at this stage, it's going to be the Griquas who get the scrum penalty, and that is huge because of the fact that they did have Smith in the bin. We have got sound back here in New Zealand as well. Went quiet for about 2 or 3 minutes there, but luckily the coverage did not cut out and we were still able to see it. But now Whitehead, only a few meters out from his line, is going to be able to kick this one for touch. And we have got the in the top of New Zealand as well. And yeah, that's Rats Brandon as well, says Ben, and ouch as well. Yeah, so I think the North Island more than likely are still going to be in lockdown level 4 for maybe, like you said, at least another 2 weeks or so with the numbers that are coming out of it. So it will be interesting to see whether or not the South Island, if we have any cases pop up, I think we will be staying in level 4, but maybe if there are none, then we will go down to level 3. And then I believe it is is it level 1 or level 2 that you're allowed to start seeing people again? I think it is level 2, maybe? No, it might be level 1. But it is one of those two, and you can then see people again. So we will be able to have George round for one of our Bunnings NPC live streams running hard at the line. Once again, it's going to be Kutsa, just a bulldozer, throwing himself at the line for sheer now. At the back line here, looking for the link up with Martins. Where's it gone to ground there? Going short side once again. It's going to be the wide ball. Always wrestled into touch there, Cronje, and because of it, it does mean now that the Griquas will have this ball only about 15 out from their own line, level 2. As well, and when it's the All Blacks playing my brother at this stage, the All Blacks versus Wallabies is going to be on Sunday at 6 p.m. New Zealand time this weekend. Or sorry, we're Saturday now, so not this weekend, but next weekend is going to be when that game has taken place. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, it will be the 6th of August. No, might be actually around the 4th or 5th of August, I believe. But it is the Sunday next week that the game is going to be taking place. And then the week after that, the All Blacks are going to be playing Argentina. What did you think of the squad that we are sending over to Osby? Do let me know as well, because of the fact, of course, they're missing Richie Moonga, they're missing Aaron Smith, missing Whitelock, missing Dane Coles, but they have still got a very strong side. Nice little set play here, linking up with Viridiam, who is now going to be about 25 out from his own line, kick downfield here by Ungura. Awkward take by the Pumas player, but he has done very nicely with it there. And it was Talijard. Now it's going to be Devon Williams putting up the high cross kick, looking for the opportunity in the air. Oh, he's done an awkward dive. It's going to be a knock-on advantage for the Pumas here. 40 metres out from the line, and they are going to be going back for the scrum here. Another 7 minutes left of the yellow card for the man in the number 4 jersey for the Griquas on Ray Smith as well. Oosh, Sunday fun day. That's going to be indeed. And also we have got the start of the top 14 is going to be starting there. So we are going to get to see the likes of Nari Lamape, a player who would have been in that All Blacks jersey perhaps, depending on how it goes. But it is going to be pretty awesome to see how it goes with, the likes of Nari Lamape. Also, Victor Vito going to be playing for La Rochelle alongside Ehire West, and also Tavita Kurbalo is another player who we're going to get to see. But Cheslin Colby, the big news that he has transferred to Toulon, rather than Toulouse, who he was at, and they were able to get the title last year. I can't wait for the box to show New Zealand who is boss as well, says Johannes. And it's interesting because on the All Blacks YouTube channel, they kind of chose an interesting game to show. They showed the game when it was 57-0 to the All Blacks, and I know straight away seeing that result, it's going to be nowhere near what we see in the Rugby Championship. I think it's going to be a lot closer between the two sides, and it's going to be a physical matchup for the 100th game as well. And we have got the Soyavid on AB squad. Looks like a pretty good, looks like a good prediction as well, says it Ben. So yeah, at this stage, another 100 for the Pumas, 40 metres out for Cher. Looking like he's going to be linking up with the white ball, goes himself instead. They are complaining about something there, the Griquas, and now it's going to be a loose ball going back, and it's another penalty now for the Pumas once again. And at this stage, this one's probably going to be the hardest kick of the day if they do decide to go for it, but I think instead they will well and truly be looking for the corner once again here. And we have got there in the chat, question time. What is Force City? Is not in New Zealand questions to what is the weather in the rugby. It's a very sunny day at the moment in South Africa, that is for sure. The pitch is very dry, but does mean that you're probably not doing a lot of sliding, but there will certainly be a lot of grip for those scrums. So some pretty big pushes coming from both of these 4-packs. I would think we have got there. How's everybody going as well? Says here, Vogel, welcome into the live stream, mate. And good from Brandon and Ben. But at this stage, I'm excited. We have got 3 games of Currie Cup action back to back to back, including the last game. It's going to be kicking off at 5 a.m. New Zealand time and it is going to be between the Sharks and also it will be between the Western Province, and there will be a lot on the line in that game as well. But at this stage now, once again, going for the rolling maul here, the Pumas, is going to be Westfrad, who will be trying to get something going. Another advantage here for the Pumas. Here, what the Griquas might have to be careful, or else they could end up with another man in the bin, and that would be not ideal for them in this situation. It's going to be Martins. He's dropped the ball, but it is going to be going back once again for the penalty for the Pumas. Right. Another double blow of the whistle. I think the captain's getting called over. Yes, he is. This is going to be danger for the Griquas here. They've given away a huge amount of penalties and advantages inside of their own 22. It's going to be Stenkamp coming forward here. They're just going to have a little chat with him. The referee is saying, this is your final warning, mate. You've already had one man in the bin after 18 minutes. So I'm not afraid to put another one in the bin here. In the last kind of 18 minutes of this first game, we've got 6 penalties up against the Griquas, and all of them have been inside of the 22. We have got, is there further infos for the NPC comp, says Bogo. At this stage, I believe, of course, they're hoping to do it this weekend, but I think more than likely it won't be happening this weekend and maybe next weekend, just with the fact that we will be going down to level 3 here in the South Island if we get the opportunity to on Tuesday. But I don't know whether or not they'll be able to have any games take place. We apologise for the loss of commentary. We are working on the problem as well, says Sky, although they have already fixed it. So I'm wondering whether or not they were supposed to show that a little while ago. But at this stage now, it is going to be Westrard once again at the back of the rolling maul for the Pumas. The Griquas overall, other than giving away the penalties, they've been doing well defending the rolling maul of the Pumas. Now they're isolating the man big time. He has gone to ground, or has he now? It's just going to be a tumble of bodies, and it's going to be the scrum feed for the Griquas. They are surviving in this match at the moment. Pretty much all of this game now is being played inside of their 22, but they don't seem to mind. They seem to just be winning the little opportunities that they have been getting. And now because of it, they're going to have another scrum. We have got there. I'm going to be there all night as I want to as well, says Brendan. Also, we have got Ronaldo going back to Manchester. Glory, glory, glory as well. I did see that he has re-signed for Man United, going back to where it all started, I guess you could say, for him as well. See, that's one thing. I think I only really know the huge transfers that have been happening in the likes of the Premier League and all around the world for the soccer/football, depending on where you are from. But one of the big signings that I know for the rugby is the fact that Cheslin Colby has switched sides. He's going to be going to Toulon rather than Toulouse, who he has been with for the last season at least. I think it was almost season or two before that as well. Was one of their very good players. Of course, I remember him nailing that 50-meter drop goal for them in one of the matches. They were able to win the title as well for the Pro 14, or sorry, the Top 14 last year. The Pro 14 now is going to be in that situation of becoming the United Rugby Championship alongside 4 South African sides, and we are going to be covering those games on the channel as well. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. 20 minutes into this game, 3 minutes left of the yellow card of Andre Smith. At this stage now, it is going to be the Griquas 10 meters out from their own line with the scrum feed here. It's a big push from the Pumas, though. All they were doing very nicely to be able to get that ball out. Now it's just a bit of crash ball here for Frankie. And the number 12 jersey, ball rolling out the side. Once again, another huge amount of pressure on Whitehead. Able to get a very good kick downfield. Down to the halfway line. Wasn't able to find touch. And now because of it, Devon Williams in the number 15 jersey for the Pumas running sideways. But Reddy Am getting lured in. And now they've got pace on the outside. Drawing pass here from the Pumas out to the number 13. It's now up to the 22, and once again, the Griquas going to be on defense. There is a player down and back player. I think it might be, no, it's not Devon Williams. He is running around still. He might have almost received this ball. It's another advantage for the Pumas now through an interception pass. That advantage didn't last very long, and because of now, the Griquas are going to be driving forward up to the halfway line, and they have still got the man disadvantage, slinging the wide ball now out into the hands of it will be Cater. Man on the outside decides not to use him, steps back on the inside, and it's going to be an advantage. Little chip in mind, awkward bouncing one as well. And he was almost able to get it there, Cater. But because of it now, it does mean it's going back for a penalty to the Griquas once again. And we have got their Manchester will become weaker as well, says Johannes. And also we have got, are you watching Tokyo Olympics as well, says Brendan? I haven't actually had too much of a chance of being able to see the Paralympics that are on at the moment. I believe they're only showing it on one here in New Zealand, if I'm not wrong. I know we won a gold medal, though. I believe it was Valerie Adams' sister who was able to get the last gold medal that we did receive. And we also got a gold medal in the swimming, which is pretty awesome. And we have got Parramatta Eels just beat the Melbourne Storm 10-22. There's still hope for Rugby Miracle. Can't wait for Australia versus NZ. That's a big win, I believe, for the Parramatta Eels, if I'm not wrong. The Melbourne Storm are right up the top. I think I haven't been able to follow the NRL as closely as I would like to, but yeah, that is certainly a big win to be able to beat the Storm there. And sorry, Kiwi lads, you might get mad at me. I want to know is going to be done. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Naperville. Unfortunately, I haven't got the Xbox on at the moment, so I have no idea how far through the process it is. But it was on around that 90% the last time that I checked. They are still showing that message. We apologize for your loss, or sorry, for the loss of commentary, but we have got commentary at the moment, so it's all good. 25 meters out here, the Griquas, and they have got 50 seconds left of the yellow card of their number 4. Wait a minute, they've put the wrong number up. Okay, he's back on the field. They decided that he had done his time, and now it's going to be a loose ball available for Fischer. Oh, huge hit there on him by it was Gideon van der Merwe. And that is exactly what you want to see from the big men in that 4-pack. You've got to play the physical game. And at this stage, the Pumas inside of their own 22, looking like they will just have to kick this one downfield. Smuts might be firing it back to Fischer. And he does indeed. No, it's going to be Devon Williams with the clearing boot on the left. Kicking it into touch. Very good kick downfield. And now 40 meters out, it will be the Griquas who have got the line out. We have got check now as well, says Brandon. I haven't got the Xbox on and no controllers are inside at the moment, so I haven't got access to it. I'm sorry, mate. At the stage, 23 minutes into this game, the Griquas sitting 3-0 up against the Pumas. I am just going to quickly, once again, read out the table because it is extremely close between all of these sides. Whoever wins this game will be going through to one of the semi-finals matchup. Whoever loses still has a very good chance of making it through as well, but we will just have to wait and see how it transpires at the end of this one. Right, looking at the table here, the Bulls are sitting on 44, so because of it, it does mean that they will be through the semi-final. The Sharks also sitting on 40. They will be through. Griquas sitting on 33 and also Pumas sitting on 32. So it's extremely close. It's in another advantage now for the Griquas. It's a penalty. 40 meters out. Do they decide to take the three-pointer now? They have been going for the threes any other opportunity that they've had, but do they try to play a little bit of the Pumas game, possibly collapsing them all? Is the call, and now it is going to be George Whitehead. He looks like he is going to be kicking this one for the touchline. So they are going to be playing that aggressive game as well by the looks of it. And at this stage, we have got the question for you, Kiwi lads. Do you think you're going to stay up as well, says Brandon? Wait a minute. I've just realized that the commentary for the actual game was actually completely gone. I didn't actually realize at the time that they had stopped talking. We have got Peter said, I can't stand soccer, sorry, too many crybabies. They make men bank though as well. Says Ben, yeah, he would have signed a huge contract deal for Manchester United when he did get the chance to be able to sign for them. We have got Sean in the chat. He said, hi, welcome into the live stream, mate. It is good to see you for this live stream. Who do you think is going to be winning this match? Do let me know. But at this stage now, it is going back into the hands of the man who did get the yellow card earlier on, Smith. But it's set very nicely for the rolling maul here. Going to be Van Rooyen at the back, trying to get it going. And at this stage, the Pumas just trying to defend it. Starting to set up very nicely with Van der Merwe on the side of that rolling maul. 10 meters out now for the Griquas. And they are starting to march their way forward here. Can they get the first try of this match? That would be heartbreaking for the Pumas if that was the case, because of the fact that they've had all of the attacks so far, the Pumas. But the Griquas now only 5 meters out. It's going to be defended, going to be told to use it very soon, and the Pumas are all over that ball, and because of it, it's going to be the scrum for the Pumas. Great rolling maul defense from both of these sides so far, and neither side have quite been able to get over the line yet. Only the three-pointer earlier on in the match for the Griquas, but other than that, we have been at a bit of a stalemate for who is going to be able to get the first try, and we have got there. Question for Kiwi lads, do you think you are going to stay up? I am indeed going to be watching every single one of these games that are taking place for the Currie Cup. 3 in a row. The last game taking place at 5 a.m. New Zealand time. It's going to be a late night, but I am very excited to see how this one goes. And we have also got these are all old people as well, says Jack, as in like the people in the chat or the people in the game. Do let me know. And we also got there when it's done as well, says Brandon. And also we have got there AFL update finals week. Giants beat Sydney Swans, Melbourne FC beat Brisbane Lions as well. Hashtag give a Mel, says Ed Vogel. Who are you going for in that one, Ed? For the finals, because they are going to be played in Brisbane as well, if I'm not wrong. Everything is happening in Brisbane at the moment. They are going to be having the Rugby Championship, the finals of the AFL, the finals of the NRL, as well as going to be taking place in Brisbane. It's going to be very busy. Stadiums are going to be hopefully packed, and we will get to see some very good one chat as well. I think it is maybe just the profile pictures that they have got some of us in the chat. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't actually know the age of a lot of people in the chat. Do let me know your age in the chat right now, everyone who is tuning in. I guess I should say mine as well. I am currently 21, and it is currently 1 a.m. here in New Zealand. That is going to be a penalty to the Pumas now. and that is going to be very useful. I've got there, George Followers, but when is the last time you shaved? I think it was actually that's a good question. It was, I shaved everything but the mustache for a match between the All Blacks and, no, it might have been the Super Rugby final, actually, that I did end up shaving this part, but I am going to be shaving it very soon as well. I normally do it as a forfeit for you guys so that you can see just the mustache. So maybe I'll have it something along the lines of, if the All Blacks, tell you what, I could do it for the All Blacks versus the Springboks or something, or maybe the All Blacks versus Wallabies. If the All Blacks lose, I will end up going with the full shave and just leave the stash or something as well. I've got 13 as well, says Jack, and also we have got there 21. Well, I'm 21 too then as well, says Ben. I am 21. I'm not sure. Do I probably look a lot older, younger? I'm not too sure. We have got there. I don't want to as well, says Brandon. That is no worries, mate. I think you have actually said it on a post one, Brandon, on an earlier live stream, but I won't say it on this one. At this stage now, 40 metres out, the Pumas once again going to have an opportunity. Right here, just rushing up there. And his hands on the ball, the halfback. So because of it, he was able to do so. 5 back here. Eddie Foucher kicking this one for the touchline. Possibly, no, it's just going to be a bomb ball. Going to the 22 now. And it is going to be the man on the number 11 jersey driving for Catus. Drop the ball, though. Almost a high shot as well. Knock on. Advantage for the Pumas. Now, Devin Williams. Good bit of pace going for. Beautiful offload as well. Another offload. This is beautiful stuff from the Pumas. And the number 23, I didn't even realize he was on the field and he might have put the ball down on the line, or did he? Was at a try for the Pumas. Where did he come from? That would have been Mafura. I didn't even realize he was on the field. Mafura. Don't know when that happened. And you're way older than me as well, says Jack. And we have got there. I'm 37 and drunk as well, says Ben. Yes, it's one of those ones. It is a Saturday night or / Sunday morning now. I just said it as well, says Brandon. And also we have got there in the Melbourne FC. Demons hashtag give him L as well, says Ed Vogel. They are just checking this. The foot's on the line there. So it's not going to be a try for Mafura, unfortunately. Just a little bit of the foot. So that means now we're still not quite going to have the break in terms of who is going to be leading this game by more than just the 3 points for the Griquas at the moment. That was a beautiful backline, though. Devin Williams linking up with, I believe it was Daniel Martins, who was then able to fire the wide ball. Beautifully done by the blindside flank. I'm 25 years old as well, and Kiwi as well, says Jack. Good on you, Kiwi, says Jack in there as well. But yeah, I might look at doing some sort of forfeit. I always end up, it seems to be, every time I end up shaving it is because of some sort of forfeit that we have done on the channel here. They are just going upstairs, I think, to have a quick look. But Mafura, I think he is on the field for maybe Sebastian de Klerk. I haven't seen him yet at this stage, so that is a bit of a shame if he is injured. They are just going to be checking this one once again. Who do you think can't say it. Who do you think going to replace DMAC position for the Chiefs next season? That's a good question because, of course, Damian McKenzie going to the top league. Huge signing for them there. I mean, Bryn Gatlin is definitely the 10 option. So maybe Caleb Trask will have to try and slot into there. But it's going to be tough for them to be able to find someone of the caliber of Damian McKenzie, definitely because of how well he played in the last season for them. He kind of, I don't want to say he was the sole reason, but he was definitely one of the big reasons that they did make it as far as they did in Super Rugby Aotearoa. So it's going to be tough for them. But Damian McKenzie, very good player. Might be slotting in. I think they're going to put him at 22 for the All Blacks at this stage because of the fact that now they will only have the one fly half with Richie Mo'unga still in New Zealand after the All Blacks have travelled to Australia. We have got keep dropping those like peeps as well, says Ben. You heard him. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like as well. Wait, who's Griquas as well, says Nicola Tesla. I will put them up on the screen, but they are a team in the Currie Cup. I believe they're actually going to award this try. Yes, they have. It is a try here for the Pumas. So Mafura was able to score it. I think they are saying that maybe it was touching the line, possibly, but that is going to be a try here for the Pumas. It was a beautiful backline. Did deserve a try there. The Pumas, just beautiful white ball from, in the end, it was Martins, and then from there, Mafura finishing machine. He was able to put it down in the corner. The number 23 already out on the field, but for the Pumas and the Griquas, this is the side that they have gone with for the Griquas here, but it is good to see you, mate, in the chat, Nicola. And we have also got, can you make a rugby challenge for be a pro scrum half? I have actually been working on it. I've been trying to get the New Zealand kind of provincial sides as good as I can, but maybe I should just go for it with the kind of default ones. But I did make myself on rugby challenge a little while ago. Eddie Foucher just not quite able to bring it round. So the score is going to remain at the stage of being at the 5 to the Pumas, and 3, I just saw, Currie Cup. Yes, it is indeed. I think maybe the fact that they're called the Pumas as well, it does make it a little bit confusing. But of course, the Pumas at this stage, I believe they're doing their self-isolation for quarantine when they end up in that situation as well. In that situation of, I've forgotten what I was saying, but yeah, the Pumas at the moment are sitting in their isolation trying to get that done so that they can get training for that match between them and the Wallabies as well. We have got, if the last time you shaved was the Super Rugby final, that is slow growth, should be growing at least Sam Whitelock beard. I think it was Super Rugby, unless I'm wrong. I might be wrong. It could have been a July test match. I'm not too sure. I can't actually remember exactly when it was. I haven't shaved the mustache in a long time though, but this part I think has been growing a little bit, probably too long. I need to shave that part of it if I'm not wrong. We will quickly put this away. There we go, so that you guys can see the scoreboard at the moment. We have thoughts on the new signing of Te Taroa for Crusaders next season. I didn't actually see that, Ed. Is that Tahuri Orangi has decided to sign for the Crusaders? Who have the Crusaders lost that they decided that they needed to sign him? Do let me know, because of course he was playing for the Chiefs, although he didn't get any game time really. Plays for Bay of Plenty as well, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But now it's going to be another beautiful little backline movement for the Pumas here down the wing here. And it is going to be a good opportunity. Offload on the inside. The man who got the yellow card for the Pumas is going to be scoring it. And it is a try for Andre Smith. And all of a sudden, the Pumas are just pouring on the points. They've just been able to do very well in the last couple minutes. And this game's been turned around. It was 3-0 for the Griquas taking on the Pumas, although they're going upstairs for something as well. And we have also got in there, I'm a bit drunk, guys, as well, says Nicola in the chat. And also we have got their hype games for All Blacks versus Wallabies as well. And also we have got there in the chat that throat bed looks itchy, mate, as well. The weird thing is I never actually get any itchy kind of beard or anything, because I know a lot of people end up in that situation of like when they try and grow a beard, it always gets itchy, but mine just doesn't seem to for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't know what it is, but I guess it's lucky in some regards. But they're just going to be checking once again to see if there is a foot in touch here. Yes, there is. Okay, that one is going to be the foot in touch, I believe. That one is going to be a disallowed try here for the Pumas. But these are it's a weird replay because of the fact that's pretty much what happened on the other side of the field. But now we are dealing with the other wingers, which in this one, I believe it is actually Telehard who had that ball, if I'm not wrong. And we have got there, let's go Billy as well, says Tesla. Indeed it is. The new Billy emoji in the chat. Anyone who does want access to that emoji, be sure to become a channel member. There is a join button when you do click on the Kiwi Lads main channel kind of part. I don't know what it's called, but it is kind of in that situation. I think, it's a game of inches once again. It looked like he was out from the other side. It depends on how they call it. It could end up, that is a foot in touch. That's got to be out. I think that has touched the line there. So because of it, it will be a disallowed try. And that man in the number 4 jersey, Andre Smith, just won't quite get that try yet. And we have got there, does Fuff de Klerk have a brother that is a winger as well, says Jack. I'm not sure whether or not he is related, but it is Sebastian de Klerk. I'm just looking. He hasn't got the blonde hair or the long hair or anything like that. So I would say he's not related completely in that regard. And we have got Imogena's here as well, says Brandon, welcome in. And also we have got their new membership icon as well, says Tesla. That is true. Any of you guys who have been a member for a month now, it is in that situation of you will be able to have access, or it will have you as a bronze Kiwi Lads logo in the chat. It does make it stand out very nicely indeed. We have got Let's Go Ben, have a drink for me, mate, as well. Having one for Hamish now, says Nicola. And of course, it is still that kind of legend of the fact that I've never had any refreshments on the live stream. So I feel like the day that I break that will be a day that people probably don't realize how strange it is for me to actually be doing so, because of the fact that I just haven't ended up doing it for a very long time on this channel. That one's gone into touch, and now it will be the Pumas. We'll have the opportunity. Shall I take a steak to a vegan barbecue? Says Ben. That would be a risky one, I think, in that situation, Ben. But it depends if they've got a good sense of humor or not, I think is the big thing. Because if they don't have a good sense of humor, will be very risky. But if they do have a good sense of humor, go for it. See how it goes. But we have also got the arm on my laptop on this account and on my phone on the other Tesla as well. I was wondering how you were doing both at once. And also we have got you'll be talking 2 times faster, as I says Tesla. And yeah, that is true indeed. But at this stage now, the Pumas going to be sitting 35 out. Eddie Fouché stepping back on the inside. Good run there, but he's run straight into Fundamurva, who's wrestled him to the ground here. And at this stage, the Pumas does mean that 10 points to them earlier on would have been a lot more helpful, because of the fact that now it's going to be a counter-attack for the Griquas, just steaming forward there. It was Chris Hollis, first carry of the match for that man, going back across field now. It's going to be Keita now. driving forward, almost stolen by the Pumas. The ball is loose, and they have been able to sweep it up there. Going to be the man who almost scored that last try. And then the number 4 jersey, which is Smith, kicking behind here. Yes, it has bounced into touch there. Good kick from Gideon Smuts there. And we have got there. Let's make a bet for ABs versus Box. If ABs win, I will donate $100. If Box win, you have to cut your ponytail as well, says George. That's a hard one because of the fact that at this stage, like, I've been in this situation. Someone was like, I'll donate money if you crack an egg on your head. And then I did it. And then they didn't do it. Like, they didn't do the donation. So how do I know that I'm not going to go snip and you're going to go, ha, got him. And then I will just end up ponytailless. Although I don't know what to do with my hair at this stage. I'm thinking about having it back short. It is the longest that it's ever been. And this part looks atrocious, I should say, at this stage. And now once again, it is going to be steaming forward here. Was Frankie met by the line of defence. At this stage, we've had 12 lineouts in this first half in the first 33 minutes, and this is about to be another one because George Whitehead going to be looking for the touchline, does find it. Is it going to be taken quickly by Sebastian de Klerk? Decides against it in the end. No, he thought about it, but decided not to in the end. If ABs win, I'll donate $20 as well, says Nicola. And also we have got on back from James Gordon, and also in there a whole heap of emojis from Ben, and also we have got there George from Brandon. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that game goes, because I think it's interesting because both sides, I don't think, have the best record in Australia, definitely not in Brisbane. So for that game to be taking place, someone's going to have to lose the 100th match between the two sides. And I don't really want to see either side lose it because of the fact that both sides have been working very hard up to this point. And we have got, if ABs win, I'll donate celebrating as well, says it Ben. And also we have got thoughts on ASAV being the, that's Artie Savi, I believe, being the AB's captain. I honestly thought it would be someone who is more experienced. He has just 50 or just reached 50 games as well, says Ed Vogel. It was an interesting choice, but I think from what he did at the Hurricanes, they decided that he was the best man for the job. And also, I think they've got co-captains as well to kind of help him out. It is going to be Brodie Retallick and Bowden Barrett are the two co-captains. So I'm just thinking, in my head, when I was thinking who the captain could be, I was thinking how intimidating it would be to have Brodie Retallick leading the haka, like in terms of standing at the very front of the triangle. But Artie Savia, he is a very passionate player, and also he's very good at being able to just calm everyone down if it does get a little bit heated, and he has also got a lot of power. So I would say, are you guys playing him at 7 or 8? Do let me know. We have got All Blacks uploaded at 57-0 thrashing in 2017. They did indeed. I actually watched it with my dad a little bit earlier on, which is probably why I don't know as many of these players' names, pronunciations as I should. Wide pass from the Pumas. Didn't quite find the hands there from Williams. And because of it, now the Griquas going to have another opportunity. 6 minutes left in this first half at this stage. And it should be a very interesting one. And I'll give you $100. It's a good deal as well, says George Polo. Yeah, it's a good deal, but I'm not that confident in the All Blacks, in terms of the fact that playing a side like the Springboks, just for one thing to go wrong, can all of a sudden cost you that game. You know, it's a hard one. I mean, if it was to shave this part, or maybe something along those lines, I would probably end up taking it. But yeah, it is a tough one indeed. We have got question time. What is the best thing? As well, says Brandon. Also, we have got the just watching that game as well, says Ben. And then I actually ended up watching a little bit of the 1996 All Blacks versus South Africa game with the dad as well. But now passing it back, Whitehead. A little bit of a loose ball now. It's going to be Davis driving forward 40 metres out here for the Griquas. If they can score themselves a try before the end of this first half, that would be very impressive. Big run there from Vilimza. That's a stage counter ruck. Once again, it's going to be an advantage and a penalty right. The Griquas would take the lead here if they kick the 3. They're 40 metres out. You can go ABs if you want as well, says George. See, but if you like, one thing you guys will know about me, I'm terrible at picking a side. I always end up sitting on the fence for these commentaries. So I struggle to pick, like, my predictions are always a mile off in that regard. Springbok, sorry, as well, says George. And also we have got both teams unpredictable lads, says Nicola. That's a very good point. And also we have got there to do, or what is the best thing to do in level 4? For me personally, it has just been kind of edit and do all those things for the YouTube channel. We've been working hard on the Kiwi Lads gaming channel at the same time as we have been doing a whole heap of videos, or prepping a whole heap of videos for the main channel. So it's one of those ones that there's still plenty to do for the channel at this stage, and that is why the penalty was coming for the number 9 Urginger. No, that's not the name. Ungura. Hopefully that is the pronunciation. He ended up getting whacked hard there in the EI, and because of it, they've decided to take that on the 3-pointer here. The Griquas we have got there, Hamish. You should have it be able to on stream on these big games. The chat will go wild, trust me, as well, says Nicola. I feel like even if I take a sip of water at some stage, like everyone will just be well and truly blown away by that factor, because I think I've eaten once on a live stream way back in the day. I had Pringles and volcanoes, which are like lollies here in New Zealand. Unkura, says Gailey. Gailey. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly there. That was a terrible strike, unfortunately, for Whitehead. He has the most points in the competition, but I think it was that pressure of taking up just a little bit too much time. He had the kind of referee telling him 5, 4, 3, and then he kind of choked in that regard. But I feel like he will be able to get plenty more kicks in this one. So it's Unkura. Right, tell you what, I'm going to edit my document at this stage, and I'm going to write down Unkura so that I can pronounce it correctly. Unkura. Is that sounding right? Correct for Unkura. Unkura as well. Okay. Hopefully that will roll off the tongue. Hopefully he gets the ball soon. So it is going to be now, once again, their number 4, Andre Smith. Was a driving forward. I just realized I was saying that he got a yellow card earlier, the Pumas number 4, but it was actually Andre Smith who did get it. It was Kirkwood who almost got that try for the Pumas in the earlier stages, but now it's going to be in the hands of Unkura, who is going to be passing it back now to Whitehead. And now it's a good run from Davis, but he is dragged down there by the number 12, which in this one is Majima. Or tell you what, there's some hard names out there on the field at the moment, I'll be honest, as well. And we have got there, Fifth de Klerk has a brother, William de Klerk, as well, says Jack. So no relation to Sebastian out on the wing, I assume, for this one. And we have got Life is Short. Let's have some fun. You can choose a bet. I will donate whatever, depends on the bet as well, says George Polo. Okay, right. I guess we could tell you what, we will wait. We've got 2 minutes until halftime, and I'll have a good think about it. We have got Breathe Hamish as well, says Ben. I end up getting too excited for these games and just end up becoming an auctioneer / horse racing commentator, but now it's going to be for share. Passes it across field for the Pumas. Only 3 points or 2 points difference in this match so far. Just the one try coming for the Pumas so far, and that was the replacement in the number 23 jersey who's got the ball now. And it's Mafuro with a good step there, driving straight. It was James Viridian, 40 metres out here for the Pumas once again. Good low tackle on the number 3. Wide ball for Share. Little offload back. Oh, it's a hard in the back. But now Engelbrecht with a no-look pass out to Sebastian de Klerk. He had a very good game a couple weeks ago. We'll be hoping to do the same in this one up against the Griquas. Counter ruck coming here from the Griquas, and he's ripped it away there. And it was de Klerk. Oh, sorry, it wasn't de Klerk. It was Van der Merwe who was able to get that one there for the Griquas. At this stage now, only 1 minute left in this one between these two sides. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not the Griquas can find a little bit of a clean break here and open up the opportunity for more points. But it looks like maybe they are just going to be hitting it up with the forwards, playing it out till halftime, and then ending up with only that 2 points difference. Just seems to be hit up after hit up at the moment. Going to the big forwards, and it is going to be Unkura once again. Just passing it off. Strategic from the Griquas, definitely because of the fact that they are currently 2 points down. What's the weather? As well, says Brandon. At this stage, it is very sunny. I'm not sure of the temperature, but I know it will definitely be warmer than it is here in New Zealand, and it is currently sitting at 8 degrees Celsius in New Zealand at the moment. Back across field once again. They are just playing this half out by the looks of it here. The Griquas still only 15 seconds left. If the Pumas get their hands on the ball, which they may try to do unless they will go, maybe we are happy with just having the 2 point lead, but at this stage, the Griquas just outside of their 22, and they just continue to keep on hitting this ball up. They will have to make sure that this doesn't cost them. Big hit there from the Pumas in the breakdown, and Unkura now passes it back. They kick it into touch, and we are going into halftime. 5 points to 3 for the Pumas, and we have got there. What is the weather? And a hey, Ayo from Katie Dixon as well. Welcome into the live stream. And at this stage, I've worked out the time zone, I believe. So at this stage, it will be currently, is it 7:19 in the morning, Katie? If I'm not wrong, there in America, and we have got there. Can you tell me about Plants vs Zombies Battle for Nobleville on Xbox, or what is the best time for you? As well, says Brandon, probably tomorrow, to be fair, because I haven't got my Xbox controller anywhere near me at the moment, unfortunately. I've got how much to get you to cut your hair, Hamish, as well, says Mitch. It's a hard one. I don't know the numbers for you at this stage, but I do know that this game has been pretty low scoring compared to some of the other games we have seen in the Currie Cup. But going back to your question, George, I think the biggest, I feel like people don't really care about my hair. They more care about the mustache because of the fact that I've had it throughout the whole series of the channel. I've never shaved it for it, believe it or not. So it's going to be one of those situations. Maybe that is going to be the first forfeit in that regard. But I don't think if I cut my hair, it's coming back. I think I'm getting to that stage of maybe it will decide that, yeah, nah, no more growing for you. But we have got Katie, let's go as well, says Tess. And also, it is currently 7:19 a.m. You are correct as well. I've finally worked out the time zones. It's only taken me about 6 months, but I finally know what time it is in Albuquerque and what time tomorrow as well, says Brandon. I mean, I'll probably, or I guess today is actually tomorrow when you think about it, but I am going to be sleeping probably until like 6 p.m. because of the fact that it's going to be a late night. That is for sure. The latest game taking place at 5 a.m. New Zealand time. Gotta love it indeed. And we have got there Let's Talk Box versus AB's chat as well, says Tesla. It's a good shout. I mean, that game is going to be a very exciting one. The 100th Test match, it is going to be taking place in Australia, which is a little bit unfortunate. I know a lot of people wanted to see that game take place in New Zealand at Forsyth Bar, but not going to be happening, unfortunately. But in this game, I will just quickly go back to this one. 70% territory for the Pumas in this one. 55% possession as well. They were able to score the one try. The meters carried. They had 182 to the 11 of, or sorry, the 111 of the Griquas, and also 11 defenders beaten to the 2 defenders beaten of the Griquas as well. They've had a yellow card so far in this one of the Griquas. It was Andre Smith, their number 4, ended up going off the field for 10 minutes. And the Pumas have had one disallowed try, almost a second, but in the end, it was Mafura who was able to score that one. And he was on the field a lot earlier than I expected, so I believe he was out there for maybe Telejard at this stage, and Ozvan's wishes the Springboks would beat the All Blacks, to be honest, as well, says Ed Vogel. And also we have got there, yeah, since we destroyed them 2 weeks ago as well, says Nicola. And also we have got, because they do, or of course they do, as well, says Ben. An American, damn, that's awesome. Someone take interest in rugby. All Blacks all the way, as well, says Ben. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that game. But going back to it, I'm hoping Australia have a good contest up against the All Blacks this weekend because of the fact, or next weekend, I guess it is now, because I want to see them find some momentum going into that game up against the Springboks, or those 2 games up against the Springboks, because they are a very good side, Australia. Sometimes they have their little moments that don't go their way, but overall, I think that they've got enough of a base to, if they can find a little bit of form, I don't think they will be finishing 4th in this rugby championship. They may even be able to try and push towards beating, maybe, I'd say they'll beat the Pumas in at least one of those matches, and then it just comes down to those games up against the Springboks. And how good would it be for the Wallabies if they were able to get the win over the Boks? Although I think it's going to be a very tough ask, that is for sure. And we have also got there, Let's Go Katie as well, says Tesla. Let's Go Katie as well, says Tesla. He's on both of the accounts at the moment. We have got, we love rugby in America as well. We just have to catch up with the rest of the planet as well. And the Kieran emoji, I absolutely love that emoji still. I was actually trying to get a George emoji going for this live stream, but I broke it. I don't know what I did in like the Photoshop type thing, but I ended up putting it there, and then it ended up just squeezing completely. And yeah, it was an interesting situation. And we have got, okay, let's do a beard bet. ABs versus Box. You pick the winner. If you win, you fully shave one side of your face. Wait, if you win, you fully shave one side of your face. You win. I give $100. Wait. I feel like that was written possibly wrong. So if the team that I predict wins, I get $100. But if the team that you predict wins, or the team that I don't predict, I should say, I have to go straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. I feel like that's worse than shaving the whole beard, but I guess I could take, I'll take that one, maybe. I'll take that one. I've got to decide what side of my face for what side of the fence I want to sit on for this one. George Keane has, as well as Ben. And also we have got there, Kazi, and with the ball emoji. And also we have got, oh, true that, Katie, you bloody legend, as well, says Ben. And that's the thing. So many competitions are starting up extremely soon in the world of rugby. We have got the competition such as, I mean, we've got so many. We've got the United Rugby Championship coming at the end of September. We've also got, it will be the situation of, tell you what, there's so many. Gallagher Premiership, top 14. Also, I believe the Champions Cup might be coming back soon in a couple months' time. And also the Rugby Championship going at the moment. We always got there. No worries, Kiwis. The feelings mutual. AB's fans, Cookie, also Rugby Pass account is biased. AB's fan, changed my mind. Rugby Pass account. I actually don't follow too much Rugby Pass because of the fact I think it's like the live streams that I do as well. I try and make sure that I stay as like neutral as possible. And the reasoning for that is because you listen to the New Zealand commentary and you've got the likes of Justin Marshall or someone like that who is about as one-sided as you can come when it comes to that commentary. So I always try and have it so that you kind of get to hear the best of both sides, if that makes sense, on these live streams. Kind of thing, if that makes sense. We have got Love Your Fam as well with the Kieran and the ball as well. And also, George, you need you to be legit, bro. As well as it says, all the boys will come for you as well. And Ben, you want to chip in as well, says George. And also, hey, how's it going? I have the Pumas to win. So let's go as well, says Frenchie. It's been a very close game. And at this stage, the Pumas, they were almost able to get themselves a second try in that first half. Look at our shiny 1 month membership badges as well. Yeah, that is true. Anyone who subscribed to the channel or became a member right at the start of the channel membership, you have now got that shiny bronze badge, and I believe it is 3 months down the line or 2 more months down the line, you will end up getting the silver, and then also it will end up in the situation of the gold for 6 months, and then the diamond for 12 as well. And we have got, yeah, man, I felt that. I feel that being George is professional, just like our New Zealand commentary as well. And we have got there, George, I'll chip in a box as well. And do we have a deal? Says George Polo. I just have to make sure. So shaving half of your face doesn't end up putting you in any association with any like bad stuff, does it? Because I feel like it sounds weird to say, but there is cases of the likes of, yeah, pretty much we just want the situation of it not being offensive to anyone. I don't think it should be, though. Should be able to be all right. I could go with this part and a goatee. I don't think I've ever done that, and I don't think it would look very good at all, but who knows? Maybe we could go with it. Yeah, what's got there as well? My man Ben as well, says George Rollo, and also we have got there, you're doing good, lad. Being an impartial commentator is rare these days, says Ed Vogel. I feel like even for these games that are happening for the Currie Cup, like, I don't know whether anyone other than people from South Africa are actually doing commentary for these live streams or for these games. Maybe because of the fact that it is currently 1:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, and they are like, maybe it's not a smart idea to stay up all night. But, I mean, if there's rugby on, I'm going to be talking about it. And I absolutely love the fact that you guys are all here for these ones as well. And it's got there, it's like we are Olympics sharing our medals and showing them off as well, says Katie. It is indeed. And that bronze one looks very nice indeed. And I think at this stage, I'm wondering, because, 12 months is a long time, so I'm wondering if any of you guys are going to end up getting to that diamond stage for the channel memberships. I see that Marco Vanapola Bear, unfortunately, still says that he's a member, but he isn't actually, registered. It doesn't show his name. It just said this channel has been deleted. So that is rather unfortunate. So hopefully it isn't still charging him for something that he isn't quite able to access. It's GTA Online cross platform. Unfortunately not. I wish it was. Would be pretty awesome if it was, but unfortunately they haven't actually brought that out yet. I see now, looking at the tackling stats quickly, Griquas 28 of 39 tackles made, so 72%. Then for the Pumas, they've made 46 of 48, 96% for their tackling at this stage, which is very impressive in this match. And they've also had that extra man advantage, and a whole heap of penalties were going against the men in the Griquas kit for this one as well. Yeah, let's go. Hi from Scott Jones. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is good to see you. 1:30 a.m. here in New Zealand at the moment, but we had a few games of Currie Cup action, and at this stage, whoever wins this game will be through to the semi-finals. So far it is the Bulls, the Sharks, and it will either be the Griquas or the Pumas, and then whoever loses this game, they will have to wait and see whether or not they get through. The next game that is going to be taking place is going to be kicking off at 2:45 New Zealand time, and that is going to be the game between the Bulls and also the Cheetahs. So that is probably the biggest difference in the sides that we have got, because of the fact they will be heavily the underdog, the Cheetah. But if they can somehow get the win there, that would be incredibly impressive, and that would almost, or tell you what, it wouldn't quite push them to the final, unfortunately, for them. So the only game that matters now after this one will be the game between the Western Province and the Sharks, and whoever wins that game will be through to the semi-final, and also the loser might be through to the semi-final, depending on whether or not it is the Western Province who do get that win. Well, Scott, all good, mate. Hope you are well. Hope you are too, mate. And hope you are excited for these Currie Cup games that we have got on today. Moment of silence for Marco Vanapola channel as well. It is extremely sad that we did see his channel end up disappearing. And we have got for sure Katie going to support our man Hamish Hart as well. Marco is Johnny as well. So he says he is indeed as Marco here. I don't believe he is for this one, but we have got Charles now. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is good to see you, the man with the legend as well, says Tesla for Marco. And GTA Online should make an update of cross-platform play, I believe. If they were to do that, they would do it probably Xbox and PS4, because of the fact that PC have a lot of hackers and modders and everything like that. And yeah, shave one side of your beard. Are you including your eyebrow? I don't consider my eyebrow part of my beard. So that is, yeah, I don't think the eyebrow's coming off at that stage. And we have got there in the chat, Johnny Blaze will make a new account and resurrect Marco as well, says Katie Dixon. I just hope that it's not charging him for the channel membership if he isn't actually able to access anything on the channel members page. But at this stage, I believe we are only a couple minutes away from this game getting back underway between these two sides, the Griquas and the Pumas. There is a spot in the Currie Cup semi-final on the line. They are running back out onto the field. Mane Kutsa, he was just running hard at the line throughout that first match. It was working well for him because he is just an absolute bulldozer. And also at this stage, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, I should say. I love the Rugby Championship vid as well, says Scott Jones. Tell you what, that almost answers Josh Petch's one of, hi, are you tired? It seems like I am, but at this stage, I think I'm still pretty wide awake. I'm just well and truly messing up my words, but I, at this stage, am very excited for the Rugby Championship coming back next weekend, and then we are going to be in a very good situation of getting the likes of the Springboks playing the Wallabies, Argentina playing New Zealand, couple very big games there, and we get to see it 2 weeks in a row as well. We have also got the Hey Mate as well from Katie Dixon, and also we have got the I'm in lockdown from Sydney. What about you, lad? I didn't want a 9-to-5 job. Now I have to work from home 24/7 as well, says Ed Bogle. At this stage, we are still in level 4 lockdown here in New Zealand, but on Tuesday, the South Island of New Zealand might be moving to level 3. Although the next time that George will be able to come round for a live stream or any filming with the two of us will probably be maybe in a couple weeks' time, hopefully, but that may not be the case. So it is going to be hopefully us doing a couple more videos, him from his house, me from my house. And yeah, we will see how it goes. And I'm going to have a smoke. I'll be right back, fam, as well, says Nicola. We will see you in a short moment. And also, we have got the Pumas are going to win, says Charles, and hi, Katie, go All Blacks from Scott. And at this stage now, it is going to be the man in the Martin jersey, George Whitehead, kicking this one off for the Griquas. At this stage, the Griquas, they decided to go with the tactic of just hitting the ball up a few times for the last minute of the game, or of the first half, I should say, and then they decided to kick it out. So at this stage, we need to see whether or not this will be the case here. Need Pumas by 3 for a 2.5k collect as well, says Ryan. That is massive. Is that they can only win by 3? Like as in the exact number, Ryan, do let me know, because that is a huge stake that you have got there, but hopefully it will be the case. Springboks or AB, says George as well. I hate trying to pick it because I think it just depends on the day. Like we've seen that the Springboks, they have been pretty dominant since coming back into the international rugby circuit. We were able to get the win in the British and Irish Lions tour as well. And it depends on how many penalties I think the All Blacks give away, because they were giving away just a few too many in their last couple games, although they did very well in that second game up against the Wallabies. They were able to shut out most of those penalties, but I think the Boks are just an absolute force in the rugby world at the moment. And unless the All Blacks are able to find a gap in that wall of defence, it's going to be a tough day for them. And they have to do it twice in a row as well, which is going to be that much more interesting, but it's going to be claimed here for the Griquas, currently sitting just inside of the half of the Pumas. And they've already had a yellow card, so they have to be careful with the discipline in the second half here, the Griquas, to make sure that they don't end up with another 10 minutes in the bin. But at this stage now, he's just attached to the maul, and he's going to get lured in by the Pumas, and it's going to be the scrum feed. And he's lost his shirt as well there. He's not happy at all. The man for the Griquas, he was just held in there by the shirt, and in the end, just not quite able to get the ball away. We have got there Tuesday level 3, just be like level 4 anyway. Yeah, that is true. I think it is only really the fact that KFC and McDonald's and everything get to open up, which I think is what a lot of Kiwis are waiting for, to be able to get some fast food. And we have got correct south of Auckland is going to be 3 on Tuesday night as well, says Scott Jones, because I know that we're still getting about 80 cases, which may be why Auckland might be in level 4 for another 3 or so weeks at least. Possibly. It depends on how the cases go. Have you seen the new Spider-Man trailer? I actually had it advertised on YouTube a little while ago. Some of you guys might hate me for the statement. I haven't actually seen any of the Spider-Man films. Sorry. But I am quite keen to. The new one looks pretty good. But I don't know what happens in the ones prior, which I guess is a good thing as well. So no spoilers in the chat, because one day I will probably end up watching them, and they will be a complete surprise for myself. But now it's going to be the Pumas trying to drive forward with the scrum off the back here. Willie Engelbrecht just running straight at Unkura. It was Whitehead who decided to run out for Share, now looking for the touch line. Did very nicely in the first half. That one's bounced into touch, very nicely done once again from Faucher. And because of it now, it does mean that the Griquas will be in that situation of having the defensive lineup that they will have to master. Have to master. Said it twice in a row. We have got Out Seamus as well, says Ben. Yeah. Something that I feel like it's one of those ones I should definitely get round to. I've hardly seen any of the Superman, Batman, Marvel, any of those movies either, which I feel like is not ideal at all. Star Wars, I've watched like 2. I haven't even watched, tell you what, I haven't watched Lord of the Rings and I'm from New Zealand. That is terrible, isn't it? But now they've gone for the short line. They've been able to claim it there, the Pumas as well. And because of it now, Eddie Foucher passes it back, Engelbrecht with a nice little offload onto the 22. Now the Pumas, and they are trying to drive forward. Let's see if they can get themselves a try at the early stages of this half. They've got the penalty right straight out in front. Easy 3 points, probably the easiest of the day that they will get. But do they go for the 3? Yes, they do. They've decided that that will be a good opportunity because we are so early on in the second half as well. Seems like the right time to take on that easy 3 points. We have Scott. So if the box win, I give $100. Abus will win. Shave half your beard on the live stream. We have a deal as well, says George Polo. On the live stream, or can I do it after the live stream for the next match to only have half the beard? Because of the fact that I'll be in the suit probably for that one. So it's one of those ones. I'm not sure whether or not I want hair all over the suit. So I may be able to do it like kind of after the live stream and then have it as the half for the next live stream after that, because it will be the ABs versing the All Blacks once again. Or sorry, the All Blacks taking on the Springboks. That's going to be going over. Now the score will be 8 points to the Pumas and 3 for the Griquas. Too much rugby for you as well, says Ben. It is indeed. I realised recently that if I was to try and watch every single game of the Gallagher Premiership, United Rugby Championship, Bunnings NBC, and also the top 14, there are not enough hours in the day and night to be able to do so. So I'm going to have to pick wisely with what games I watch. I'm definitely going to be looking for a lot of highlights, though, taken by Willie Engelbrecht. Once again, I love saying his name because he definitely is going to be one for the future. And we have got their Pumas as well, says Charles. And also we have got in there, just came in, Man City beat Arsenal by 5-0 as well, says Ed. So that is a very good one for them. And at that matchup, big kick downfield, looking for the touchline. He has been able to find it as well here. The Griquas thinking about taking it quickly, decides against it in the end. And we have got Ryan as well. Says Barbara, welcome into the live stream, Marvel. I can excuse, but Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. I know I need to get round to it, I think. Are they both on Disney Plus? Maybe I need to get myself one of those subscriptions so that I can watch all of those ones and see what I am missing out on. Members only Lord of the Rings watch along with Hamish plus Kiwi Lads. Members only Star Wars watch along with Hamish plus the Kiwi Lads as well, says Katie Dixon. I mean, it would be kind of cool to do so. Won't work. It will grow by the next time you go on stream, says George, although it is only a week later for that next stream. So I could shave it just before that next stream when I do go on. And damn, I'd pay to see you with that suit and shave half a beard as well. And okay, George, I'll chip it now as well, says Ben. And also we have got Go Puma, says Katie. And also we have got once I was playing GTA Online. I heard 2 little kids in the session, so I just kept on killing them. And one of their dads walked in and he had to jump off. They had to jump off for raging as well. That is unfortunate for them there. But at this stage, they are also... I feel like that we had that kid in the one that we played yesterday on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel who just screamed into the microphone for no reason. But at this stage, they are just showing the live table, and it would be the Pumas on 36 points, the Griquas on 34, and they would get that bonus point for being within the 7 points. So that would mean that the Western Province would have to get almost a bonus point win over the Sharks. So that is absolutely huge. So that's exactly what they've got to do. The Griquas, they at least need 1 point in this game, or else they could be in that situation of possibly ending up in an awkward situation. It's gone over the top here, and that is not what they would have been wanting. Great pick up there by Whitehead, though. And now Kutse, it was Diaga. Now trying to drive forward, drop the ball now, and it's going to be a loose one for the Pumas to once again try and attack, but straight on the ball there for the Griquas. They're going back. Good steal. They're going back for the original knock on. Oh, yeah, that kid was like possessed by the team, and he screamed so loud as well. Yeah, that's the thing as well. I haven't really worked out the kind of game volume to my volume to George's volume ratio yet. And I've learned that I probably need the game down a little bit more so that that doesn't happen in the future, because he was very loud indeed. And yeah, it seemed very strange, but that was a lot of fun, that live stream yesterday, just doing a bit of BMXing, also being able to complete a few missions. But at this stage, a Griquas player is down, which does not look too great for him. He's getting a neck massage, which is never good because of the fact that, the neck is a very, very valuable asset, I guess you could say, in terms of being able to run around. They are just showing here, if Western Province aren't able to do better than a bonus point draw, it would mean that the Griquas would be able to make their way in. And that kid, I read that one as well. But at this stage, he has managed to get up. So if Western Province lose the last 2 spots in the semi-finals will go to the Griquas and the Pumas is the message that they've just put up across the bottom of the screen. That was lots of fun. You and George should do that again, says Katie Dixon. I'm hoping that we will be able to do another one within the next kind of, I guess, few days. I want to do it before midweek next week. And also we were thinking about doing some sort of reaction to the All Black squad and just kind of talking through how we think the Rugby Championship will be going with the All Black squad that they have decided to go with. Of course, they have got the likes of Aaron Smith, Richie Moonga. Also, it will be Sam Whitelock and also Dane Coles, who they have decided to leave behind. But they've still got a very strong side. Bowden Barrett's going to get more opportunities in their number 10 jersey, which could mean that Damian McKenzie slots into 10 perhaps. So do they, or tell you what, it's going to be tough because of the fact that do you put McKenzie as your starting fullback, or do you end up in the situation of possibly going with Damian McKenzie at 10 off the bench? So it'd be number 22 and then Geordie Barrett at 15. I can't decide at the moment, that is for sure. Do you know Forever Sports Channel? He's streaming this game too right now. A boring commentator, or commentator to be honest as well, says Ed. I know of his channel. I know that he's been growing very well recently, if I'm not wrong. I think he has the access to the press conferences and everything from the Lions tour, which I think really shot him up throughout the Lions tour as well. I just checked it out as well, says Katie Dixon. But yeah, at this stage, I think we are the only non-South African who has been streaming the Currie Cup, which I guess is a bonus in some regards because of the fact it's kind of like that unbiased opinion on it, because I'm sure that all of the others will probably end up with that situation of knowing exactly who they kind of go for in the competition due to their province. But I don't know where all of these teams are from, to be honest. So at this stage now, the Pumas going to be at the 22. Quick hands, they're not quite able to link up, and now once again going to be stolen here for the Griquas, and there's been a lot of drop balls in the second half so far from the Pumas. Going to be Whitehead kicking it back down the middle of the field, finding a lot of space here in behind. It's a good kick into the 22. The ball is trying to avoid the Pumas player, passing it across field. They've taken a little bit too long, but Devon Williams now passes it back, and now the kicking opportunity opens up here for the Pumas. It's a good kick downfield. It looks like he hasn't quite got enough of the meters on there, Sebastian de Klerk. They are possibly saying that he took it back in, but I believe it was already inside. And we have got Katie in the chat from Jan, and also, hello, Jan, how you doing, bud? As well, says Katie Dixon at the stage now. It is going to be the line out for the Griquas. It's going to be almost on the halfway line, so they've actually done very well to get the amount of distance on that kick, Sebastian de Klerk, as he did there. But now at this stage, it's another important line out here for the Griquas. What's your favorite movie? Then if you don't watch Marvel and such, says Ed Vogel. Favorite movie? I might have to get back to you. I've got to try and think of one that I do watch quite often. I tell you what, I enjoy a comedy. I feel like lighthearted kind of comedies are my kind of go-to, because of the fact that I think anything that's like easy to watch, like I quite enjoy an action movie as well, but I feel like you've got to well and truly concentrate on it. But like with the amount of editing and stuff that we do outside of the live streams, that's going to be a beautiful kick in behind for the Pumas here, and they're almost going to be able to score it. They might have just scored that. That was a bit cheeky, that one. That might have been a try to the Pumas there, if I'm not wrong. I think they've just nailed that. And I think that could be a try for the Pumas. I don't think he got his hand on it. I'm going to watch the replay up on my screen. So Devon Williams kicked this ball in behind. It was beautifully done here. And then there, it was just kind of rolling forward. I think that's going to be a try to the Pumas there. And it will be Eirik Kronje who was able to score such try. And we have what's got there. Is it just me or is it a different guy? Where did Steve go? That's not Steve commentating live. Sorry, I am new to Forever Sports Channel. I enjoy Steve's commentary as well. Says it was Katie Dixon, and also we have gone very well. Thank you. And you, says Young Fin, doing well. Just woke up to the rugby, so life is good as well. They are just going to be going upstairs to see whether or not this is going to be a try. This could be a big moment in this game if they were able to just score this one here, the Pumas, because that would mean that they would be pushing their way towards the semi-final games. I'm excited for those semi-finals when they do come around the corner, and they are going to be next week. We are going to get to see them. They're going to be in the middle of the night here in New Zealand, but I am going to be 100% getting up for them. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are also going to be following all of the South African sides throughout their journey of the United Rugby Championship that is going to be coming up very soon. For shit, hit hard in that tackle there. That made my spine tingle, but now they are just trying to check whether or not there is just that situation of Devon Williams kicking it in behind off the left boot as well. I'm not sure. I think he is left-footed, actually, but they are just going to be checking something to see whether or not there is a player offside. Oh, I think it's going to be a disallowed try again here. I just found it out. His channel 2, or just found out at channel 2, Katie. Sorry, Forever Sports, but like Forever Snore as well, says Ed Vogel. Hopefully we aren't boring you too much here, though. I feel like that's the thing, because it's combined with like the middle of the night, my brain just kind of goes like it's running on a treadmill. So it's all over the place, which I feel like makes them random. I shouted red velvet cupcake on the last one, but that was because we were talking about snacks throughout that one as well. We have got on back, guys. Welcome back, Tesla. It's good to see you, mate. We're just seeing whether or not this was a try for the Pumas, but there is a situation of maybe another disallowed try here for the Pumas, and we have got. I hope the Bulls win today as well. Says Young Fenter. They're going to be up against the Cheetahs, so if they do lose that game, the Cheetahs still can't quite make their way into the semi-final, which is a good thing for them. But if the Bulls lose this one, then it would be the situation of maybe the Sharks would be able to overtake them. At this stage, they are just showing the tackle on Eddie for shit. It was a huge hit by, I believe it would have been Shane Kirkwood there. Yes, it was. Okay, they're happy with the timing of number 4 for that tackle. So now we're looking at the kick in behind. Are we going back? Okay, they're going back for a knock on. No try at this stage. Speaking of hard hits, anyone watch the league how about that Latrell Mitchell ban after for the broken cheek tackle? I didn't actually see it, but I did see he got banned. So I feel like I'll have to have a look at that tackle. Was it a bad one? By the sounds of it, he's getting at least 6 weeks, so it must have been pretty serious in that regard. Score prediction for ABs versus South Africa. I don't think it's going to be split by more than 7 points. And I think my prediction was in this situation, when I was asked last time, I said that if it was in New Zealand, I had the All Blacks winning by 7. But if South Africa had the game in South Africa, I was saying that South Africa were going to win it by 10. So now that it's on kind of it's sitting in kind of equal territory, which makes me not be able to pick it. But I think the Box are going to be hard to beat. It's just my prediction. I think the All Blacks, if they play like they did in that game up against the Wallabies, that second one, they have a very good chance of winning that match. But if the Box can find that bit of form, and also if the All Blacks just can't break that defensive wall that is the Springboks defense, it's going to be tough for them. And Mano's entire face bone was pushed inside his face. That is serious. Indeed, no, you're good, lad. That's why I'm joining you. Hard feelings though as well, says Ed Vogel. And yeah, I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here for these live streams, because they are on in the middle of the night. Because Ed, you are currently in Australia, if I'm not wrong. So it's currently, is it 11:47 where you are, or are you in a different region of Australia at the moment now? It's going to be a big push in the scrum. Griquas now going to be having this ball, little chip in behind here from Franke. It's going to be bouncing up beautifully for almost Sebastian de Klerk. Knocks it on though. So now it's going to be Franke with the ball in hand once again. Viridian going short side, looking for the offload on the inside to Williams. And at this stage now, the Griquas is going to be sitting 30 meters out, looks like. And it will be possibly, yes, it is. Van der Merwe decides to have a crack around the side of the ruck. Going back once again. It's going to be, beautiful run there from, it was, I believe, I struggle to say his name, the number 1 for the Griquas, but now it's going to be a beautiful run here from their number 2, Van Rooyen. And at this stage now, they are slowly building their way forward. They've got the penalty, the Griquas. Are they going to take the 3? Are they going to take the 3? That's a big question. He's taking the ball with him at this stage. The Pumas player, he hands it back. He's not too happy about it at the moment. That's for sure. We have got there. That damn Box defense is brutal, but our attack is crazy. That is for sure. They are both kind of, I would say, like the Springboks defense is definitely probably the best in the world. But then the All Blacks attack, when they really get the running rugby going, it's very hard to predict. So with the likes of, I'm not sure who they're going to have out on the wing, whether they go with Rico Ioane, get an opportunity out on that ring or out on that wing, I should say, or whether they decide to go with Reese and George Bridge, who hasn't had too many minutes throughout this one. But Richie Mo'unga, Aaron Smith, and also Sam Whitelock will all be back for that game up against the Box. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what they decide to go with, but the Box, they have got a very strong side. So it will be tough. I don't know, though. I hope our ABs win, but it will be a good show. Only 2 years till that World Cup as well, says Nicola. And also the fact that it is going to be the 100th match between the two sides is absolutely awesome. I just wish that it was going to be in either in New Zealand or South Africa. Would have been awesome to be able to have it. But yeah, at the end of the day, we are going to get to see it twice. We're going to get to see the 101st match a week later as well. But that stage, Whitehead kicking that one over for the Griquas, and now the score is going to be 6 points to the Griquas here. And also it will be 8 for the Pumas. September making his way out onto the field, replacing Smuts here. So making the sub relatively early for the halfback, taken nicely there by the captain, Stenkamp. Kick downfield now, very nicely, by Davids. Has found touch, only around 35 out from his own line there, and the Pumas are now going to have the attacking line out if they can get it right. The rolling maul is something that both sides have been able to defend extremely well throughout these early stages of the match. So the big question is whether or not that can handle the rest of the game as well with that rolling maul defense, because they have been doing very well. Both sides winning a scrum only a couple meters out from their line as well. Rico and Bowden Barrett at centres, Mo'unga at 10. Thoughts as well, says Nicola. So Rico and Bowden Barrett. So I assume you're going Bowden Barrett at 12 for that case, because I know a lot of people have said to put Moonga at 12 and have Bowden Barrett at 10. So it will be interesting to see whether or not that ever happens. I know Caleb Clark is another name that people want to see possibly slotting into that midfield. But at this stage, the Puma's going to be 25 metres out. September now firing across field. Engelbrecht sells a bit of a dummy run and crossways here. Looking for the offload, or is he? He's just shunted off everyone. Engelbrecht passes on the outside to De Klerk. He's close to the touchline. He goes over. And Sebastian De Klerk scores a try. He is fired up. So is Devin Williams. And they may have just worked their way towards a semi-final spot here for the Pumas. Sebastian De Klerk, two Carling Currie Cup tries this season. And the last try, I believe, was in last week's match. If I'm not wrong, I ended up watching that one as well for the Currie Cup. And this is the final round of pool play before we get to the semi-finals. And it is a very good try there for Sebastian De Klerk. Latrell got 10 minutes in, but the bunker has been poorly executed it after the game's over. And I can't read it. And the media press criticised the NRL refereeing. Then they charged Latrell for a minimum of a 6-week ban. So, I mean, if he's broken someone's cheek, he probably should get possibly, if not, it'll be 9 weeks as well, says Ed Vogel is facing suspension that will end his season if he contests and loses as well. It's a very hard one to contest, though, because you know that you've done it. So it's kind of one of those ones, maybe you just take the punishment on the cards. At this stage, it looks like it is going to be Mafura holding this ball in spot for Eddie Fouché off the tee. So it's looking a little bit windy out there, right? The difference at this stage between these two sides is 7 points. And they would well and truly love to extend it to 9 here, the Pumas. But it's a relatively 25 metres out. I think it will be a relatively easy enough kick for Fouché, but it depends on the wind a little bit. Oh, I tell you what, the wind is big. And it just, boom, round the corner it went for Fouché. It wasn't quite able to get that one, unfortunately. So because of it, it does now mean that it is only a 7-point contest between these two sides. We have, it's got Latrell is facing, I read that one in the injury. Looked, Henius. I feel like that's a fancy word that I don't know the meaning of, but I assume that is not good. Possibly quite an ugly injury that he did have. But at this stage now, Whitehead kicking off for the Griquas once again. They haven't been able to get over the try line yet in this match. Mafura just trying to cut through the gap, almost able to find the offload on his own 22 here. Looks like September will just be firing this one back, or maybe kicking it himself. Decided to go to the forwards, trying to create a little bit more of an angle. They have taken it back inside of the 22, so they won't be able to find touch on the full here. And now September is going to be putting it back, and it will be now. Oh, he sells the dummy there. Devin Williams still kicks it downfield off the left boot. It's going to be, it's been dropped there by the Griquas player. He was very close to the touchline, but he's been able to regather it now, and it's going to be Whitehead once again firing it high. Going to be chased hard here by, I believe it would be, yes, it was the number 15. Great hit there as well from Davids, pushing him into touch. And now the Pumas have got the penalty for the ball being kicked away there. The Griquas have got the penalty for the ball being pushed away. And we have got there in the chat, try, missed the Pumas try as well, says Katie Dixon. It was a beautiful backline movement. Willie Engelbrecht just chose the perfect time of passing it out wide to Sebastian De Klerk, who was able to finish it. And they were able to get that try. Which, okay. Griquas here deciding to go for the corner rather than going for the 3. It's a smart move because of the fact that, unfortunately for them, they've just been in a little bit of a situation of not being able to get over that try line. They need a rolling maul try here, and they need it very soon because we are sitting at 55 minutes. It's only a 7-point difference, though, and we did see the Pumas almost score 2 tries within around 3 minutes, although one of them was disallowed. So that's what the Griquas need to do here if they want a chance. They fought hard in that game up against the Western Province, going to the back there, and it's going to be stolen beautifully from the Pumas player. He was absolutely in the right place at the right time there, and he was able to rip it away. And now, because of it, the Pumas are going to be able to possibly just hit this ball up a couple more times and then create the angle for the kick once again. Great defense off the rolling maul for the Pumas as well. And yeah, man, even Moonga at 12, Rico at 13, Damian McKenzie at 15, Severies 14, Clark 11, Smith at 9, and Barrett at 10 as well, says Nicola. Something that I would be kind of keen on doing is on Rugby Challenge, kind of doing a rearranging positions type thing and have everyone play out of position, but kind of somewhere that people think that they could play, if that makes sense. So I could have like Moong at 12 and then have Damian McKenzie at 10. Who else could you have in a random position? Bowden Barrett at 15, I guess you could go, even though people don't like that too much. Rieko Ioane out on the wing and kind of have it all muddled up like that and see how it goes. Could be an explosive attacking line as well. And yeah, there's a lot of pace in that one That is for sure. And a lot of skill as well is kind of the combination that you do need. Definitely up against a side like the Springboks, you need to make sure that you can kind of find your feet early on in that game, because they're well and truly going to take your legs out and your whole body out if you end up just standing still. So you're going to make sure you're moving around and you're just dodging everything that the Springboks are throwing at you, and make Aaron Smith be a prop as well, says Katie Dixon. I mean, me and Isaac, we actually filmed a video a long time ago that never got released, and we well and truly reshuffled the whole side. And we had it that it was myself, or not myself, sorry. We had Bowden Barrett at 1, Geordie Barrett at 2, and all of these random positions. Now it's going to be the Pumas backline once again, and they are going to be up to the halfway line now, seeing whether or not they can keep driving the player falling the wrong way. September now goes that back. Good run here from Janssen van Veeren. One of his first carries of this match so far for him. September now has got the ball in hand. He's going to be well and truly strangled almost by their number 16 going back once again now. And there's a lot of pressure into the breakdown. If they got the advantage, they've been told to use it. They're trying to go around the side here. And it's going back to Faucher. Firing it back. Steve, welcome back, mate. It's good to see you. Yeah, Ravi's on. What a wonderful day. Game on as well, says Steve Smith. Thank you very much, mate, once again for your huge donation. Yeah. Tell you what, I've noticed anytime you put the red here, the red in my face, I all of a sudden just end up going bright red. In that regard, so I do appreciate that a lot, Steve. And thank you very much for tuning in, mate. September short ball for Share, dropping that ball there. And now it's going to be a knock-on advantage for the Griquas once again. Penalty as well for the Griquas, so they are still only the 7 points behind. They will be kicking for the corner here if they do get the opportunity. We have got the Go Pumas from Eddie, and also we have got with the Katie, and also we have got, I'm a Roosters fan as well. Always been proud of Latrell when he is confident at his game. He could get too far sometimes. Manu and Latrell has been friends for their debut. Hope Latrell gives Manu a private call. Yeah, you hope that something happens kind of behind the scenes where he does show like that little bit of remorse, and I feel like that can go a long way in that regard. And we have got Stevie Legend. Steve won Man of the Match already. He did indeed. Once again, he's been going for those Man of the Match awards every single live stream at this stage. It is usually appreciated, mate. Once again, we have got, hey, brother, love your work. Keep it up. Just drop me a message when you know when merch is available. Can't wait for the test next week. We pumped here in Perth. Currie Cup up from Robbie the Murray as well. Says, Robbie, do you have an Instagram, Robbie? Possibly, because it might be a good idea to be able to contact you on there. So what I will do is I will go with the Instagram. This is our Kiwi Lads Instagram. We haven't really got too much on there at the moment, but that is where it may be easier to contact you as well. But you could see on the field when he made the initial tackle that he didn't think he hit him that hard as well. And dollar signs as well, says Katie. It is indeed 58 minutes through this game. And at this stage, we have got another couple subs being made for the Pumas. So both sides now starting to empty the bench. We see Beerwinkle already out on the field just before, also Kramer, and also it will be Prinsloo, I believe, making his way out onto the field as well. He's a bit of a unit, whoever that man is. I think he is a prop. He might be Kramer. He is a solid individual, that is for sure. But at this stage now, the Griquas, it's been stolen by the Pumas at line-out time. That is definitely brutal for the Griquas here because of the fact they've been trying so hard to keep this ball in the line-out, and every time it just ends up going the wrong way for them, unfortunately. Now, once again, it is going to be passed back. September offloads it now to the man who's just come on the field. It is Ig Prinsloo, who is there, who has got the ball. 15 minutes out now for the Pumas. One of the players looks a little bit wobbly on his feet at the moment. If I'm not wrong, yeah, the Griquas player, I believe it is their number 5. He does not look flashy. He's going to have to possibly go off for an HIA now. It is going to be kicked downfield for the Pumas, and it has been untouched there for Fisher. We have got no worries. You need a coffee fund for doing these late streams at this time. Cheers, mate, as well, says Steve Smith. And yeah, like your support on these live streams, Steve, is just absolutely just, it's hugely appreciated, mate. And I mean, it's well and truly, I did mention about that headset, the broadcasting headset that I was looking at, and it's just getting closer and closer, which is absolutely awesome. And hopefully the quality will be able to improve from that as well. Yeah, I've also got there, okay, got you, brother. Oh, Edgy, bro. Would love to support the channel by the bros over here in Perth, repping the lads as well, says Robbie. And also he's got those emojis. I love those emojis. We're adding a new emoji very soon. I tried to add a George emoji this morning, but unfortunately it ended up breaking, and it had him kind of, instead of, let's say George's head is, where's the camera? Let's say George's head is this shape. For some reason, when I tried to export it, his head was like this, and he was kind of all squeezed. So because of it, I couldn't quite get it there. This lockdown blows as well, says Tesla. The lucky thing, though, is if there's, I mean, it's not the one positive, but we have got a huge amount of rugby on at the moment. So that is good news. Other than this weekend, the only 3 games are the Currie Cup. But after this, top 14 we've got next weekend, Rugby Championship, Bunnings NPC, all of the competitions starting up very soon. And the Griquas now once again going to have this ball 30 metres out now from the line. What can they do? Can they get the final blow here? It's going to be now once again driving forward here. It was Fundamerva going short side once again. Oh, he's a different looking player. I haven't seen him before. Janu Botha, I believe is the pronunciation there, or it might be Bota. But now going back out the back line, a bit of a cellar dummy from Frankie. And they are still working their way forward. Here, the Griquas, they are only going to be a few points behind. A draw would actually almost confirm both of these teams going through, I believe. But now, oh, it's terrible hands there from the number 7. And unfortunately, because of it, it is going to be turned over. And they've got the knock-on advantage as well. And now the Pumas are going to have possession, 35 out from the line. And thanks, Tesla. I didn't know about Beasto as well, or don't know about Beasto, says Steve Smith. And also we have got Who Wins, says Abur. I said before the match, I thought that maybe the Griquas, because of their momentum they found in that matchup against the Western Province, will be able to get the win, but they just haven't quite been able to get over the line in this match yet, which I feel like could be the big difference. If they can score before the 70th minute, I think they can win it. But if the Pumas can score again, I think that is going to be the game. And very close to the touchline there. Viridiam taking it nicely, though. Now a huge amount of pressure here on Currie. He's decided to go for an awkward-looking pass, but it has found the hands of Keita, who has just run it up inside of the 22. And at this stage, it is still going to be protective for them here, the Griquas. Now, in the first half, they decided to wear down the clock for a little bit of time. And it was around a minute at the end of the first half. And I think, if I'm not wrong, if they were able to get to the draw, would they do the same and kick the ball out? Because of the fact that I think it would secure both sides, maybe a spot in the final. It's going to be a very close finish, though. And at this stage now, the ball has gone extremely high, taken nicely by the man in the number 23 jersey for this one, who has already been able to score a try. It is the man in the number 23 jersey. Mafura is the name for Shea. Now going back across field, Devon Williams. Bit of pace there, firing it on the inside. Sebastian de Klerk trying to fend as well, but he is tackled low. It was Stenkamp, the captain for the Griquas. He wants to get a side through the semi-final, break in the line now. And looking for the offload was Otto. Now Sebastian, it's going to be a penalty. Yes, it is to the Pumas. And if they take the 3 here, they will be outside of the 7. And we have what's good, Katie Dixon, keeping it real with Hamish. Love this energy as well, says Robbie. And also we have got there Stevie Beast. And also we have got level 4 bra. We can't leave the house only for work and food as well. That is true. Although I think, are you allowed to exercise? I think you may be able to exercise, although I have not left the house to exercise. That is one thing I probably should have done a little bit more over this lockdown, is look to do a little bit more exercise. I lifted weights the other day. Whoever it was who mentioned the weights the other day, I actually decided the other night to do a few of the weights, and tell you what, I was a bit weak compared to how I used to be able to lift. I haven't done anything in a real while, that is for sure. We haven't got there. I hear you and feel your pain. I wish I had a tunnel system to all my friends' houses as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there Hamish's energy is 10 out of 10. And speaking of energy, at times for especially a very good call in that regard. Right for Shea at this stage, 70% kicking accuracy this season. The wind before just took the ball all over the place. He's got that one, though, has he? Oh, did it? No, it dropped. It dropped down. And it means that it is not going to be a penalty conversion, or a penalty converted, I guess I should say. Hey, what? That is an interesting moment. We've seen a few kicks missed in this one. And at this stage, these kicks could be costly, depending on how it goes. We have got Man, you're a good guy, brother, as well, says Nicolai. And also, Lowell Arsenal got spanked by Man City. I believe it was 5-0, someone mentioned in the chat a little bit earlier on. And Arsenal, how many years ago were Arsenal like top of the top? Do let me know, because I remember back on like FIFA maybe 13 or something, they were right up there. But when was the last time that they were actually really competitive? Do let me know. Get this. We got the game on, but Hamish is the commentary. Give this man a job, Sky Sports, as well, with the Ollie Patens from Robbie. Who knows? Maybe one day it will be a possibility. I mean, once they see my broadcasting headset, maybe they'll decide, oh, he's got a fancy headset. Maybe we will get him on. But yeah, I'm hoping it does sound very nice. I haven't decided what one to get yet, but I know that all of them are upwards of like the serious ones that I think I want to get, because I want to make sure that the quality is as good as it can be. And the way to do that is, of course, to get a high-end headset. And I believe they are like upwards of $600 to $900, I think, is the range. But I think that's kind of my goal, to save up for one of those to be able to make the quality of the commentary a lot higher, so that I guess it just sounds a lot better in that regard. And also maybe we'll upgrade the webcam after that one. Eva commentated on speed dating, or at speed dating as well. Says Ben, I've never actually been to a speed dating thing. From a small town, So I think we don't, it's kind of everyone knows everyone here. So I guess speed dating, it would kind of be like, oh, I haven't seen you since I saw you in the supermarket this morning kind of thing. But, you know, I know George wants to take me on a night out up the road, which I'm not sure how that would go. But maybe one day after lockdown as well. And we have got the I haven't watched soccer in so long now as well. Says Katie Dixon in 17 years as well. Says Kanakoinen. Okay, so it's a lot longer. Or Kanakoinen. Kanakoinen, I believe is the pronunciation, maybe. Probably about an 8 out of 10. Man's already got his contract next few years as well, says Nicola. And also Hamish is just the natural at this, says Katie. And I do appreciate all the support that you guys do show on these live streams. Like I mentioned, it just makes it that much more fun as well. Now, I tell you what, there's going to be a bit of fun out on the wing for Sebastian de Klerk trying to get his way back in field, but he is driven into touch by about 5 of the Griquas players, and there's a bit of wrestling going on. Okay, a little bit of push and shove, but now it seems that everyone has calmed down, and we are going to continue. And I agree, Hamish should be reporting rugby professionally, suit and bow tie for next stream. That's the go as well, says Steve Smith. I have got, actually, is the next stream on Father's Day? Do let me know. What's the date of Father's Day? Someone mentioned it was Father's Day, but I'm not sure whether that's in New Zealand that it's Father's Day or that it's somewhere else. I might have to look that up after this live stream. What day is Father's Day in New Zealand? I feel like it is coming up, maybe, if I'm not wrong. I'm going to have a look while we are waiting. Father's Day NZ is going to be on the 5th of September, so it is going to be on Father's Day. So I have actually got something a little bit special planned for that live stream, perhaps. Although it does sound like maybe, like the way that I've said something special, it sounds like that my dad would be coming on, but I don't think he will be. But I've got something, a special little tribute type thing. Tribute sounds like he's deceased. No, he's not deceased. He just sits in the kitchen normally while I do those ones, which is insane work ethic. We have got Hamish Legit Talks more than both rugby commentary guys, which is insane work ethic, to be honest, as well, says Nicola. And that's the thing, like with the amount of rugby coming up, you would think that like it's going to be very hard to be able to follow all of it, but I'm hoping to be able to do like probably around 10 live streams a weekend just to be able to follow as many competitions as I can, whether that is the Gallagher Premiership, United Rugby Championship, Rugby Championship, of course, Bunnings NBC, and also there will be the top 14, which I might consider dabbling in possibly throughout that one as well. And we also got there, plus his segues are just perfect as well. I say nonetheless a lot I have learned from that one or throughout these live streams. Also, I actually had it's one of those ones fund that I had a little while ago that I kind of tried to stop myself from saying it. So I had to put 50 cents into a jar every time I said it. So I've kind of cut it out a little bit more, but it comes back every once in a while that it's one of those ones saying. But nonetheless, it's stuck with me through all of the rugby challenge and everything along those lines. But now it is going to be going back September, fires it back into the 22 for Share now. Kicking it back downfield. I've realised I haven't really talked too much about what's happening on the field. It's just been a bit of a kicking game between these two sides at this stage. But now running back it is going to be Davids now, trying to drive his way forward up to the 50-metre line here for the Griquas. Like I mentioned, they need to score before the 70th minute. We're up to 68. Big contact there. And it's kicked forward now by the Pumas into the shadow. It goes, and it's going to be taken very nicely by, it was Chris Hollis, who's had a relatively quiet game throughout this match. Or it might be Hollies. Maybe could be the pronunciation there. Another good carry from the men in the 4-pack of the Griquas. They've been running hard at the line all day, and you just got to feel a little bit bad for them that they haven't been able to break through. That could give them a very good opportunity, because 2 points for a draw to both sides if that is the case. So, 2 points for both. That would actually put them both through to the semi-final. So maybe they've got a bit of a deal going. They'll just be like, hey, you score late, and then we can both go through, rather than us having to sit waiting to see whether or not we see the Western Province get that win or not up against the Sharks. That's going to be a good game as well. But now it's going to be Selvin Davids once again trying to find his way through, but once again tackled by the Pumas. Both sides' defense has been relatively strong. The Pumas, like I mentioned, they made 46 of 48 tackles in that first half. Once again, Frankie out the back line now. Going to be a good run from the number 7, not able to find the offload straight on the ball. Almost with Sebastian de Klerk just losing the footing. 40 metres out now. Frankie once again passing it back. Going to Whitehair, flat ball. Steenkamp met with the wall. That is the Pumas at the moment. Now Viridian plays halfback. Whitehair breaking through the tackle with Willie Engelbrecht. Loose ball there almost. And it is going to be now a knock-on advantage to the Pumas. 10 seconds till the 70th minute. Is it going to be too late for the Griquas? We will have to wait and see what's got there. Will you be streaming many United Rugby Championship matches? If you can, please do Munster versus the Sharks. I am very keen on doing a lot of those matches. I'm going to be doing that Sharks versus Munster. Also, Leinster versus it is going to be the Bulls. Is another big match that has taken place in the first week. So I'm going to be streaming all of those games that I can, and also part of the Gallagher Premiership Top 14 and everything in between. Oh, that almost rhymed. 14 tween, almost. Everything in between the top 14. I don't think I've got a rap career around the corner, although I can talk fast, which might save me there. And we have got UN as Father's Day for the rest of the world. It's in June in the USA. So, yes, ours is going to be the 5th of September, which it does mean that the All Blacks versus Wallabies third match is going to be on Father's Day. We have got Hamish Davey Shy, brother. Our community is special because you are special. Don't ever forget this. I just don't tune in. I tell you what, I had a shocker reading that one. I just don't tune into you because of your handsome face. You have talent as well, says Robbie Butler. Appreciate the kind words, mate, there. And Robbie is sus, says Nicola. And also we have got there in there, just real brother, always keeping it positive. And we do love the positivity. That is one thing that on this channel is absolutely awesome. Like, all you guys in the chat are always positive, and it just makes these so much more fun because of the fact that, like, some rugby chats, I guess, like, you see some comment sections and, like, people just don't like each other. But our one, like, everyone seems to kind of get along. We have the occasional troll in there every once in a while. But overall, we're just all here because we love watching rugby and also just chatting about rugby. That's a big kick downfield from the Griquas. And Whitehead has absolutely thumped that ball only 5 meters out now as well. And we have got Father's Day just means a day off work for me as well, says Steve. What do you do for work, Steve? Do let me know. And is it still running, or are you doing it from home? No, wait, you're in Perth. So you're probably sweet as. You're probably able to head to and from work, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, do let me know. We have also got there, stream the Autumn Nations Internationals. I am very keen on doing all of those as well. This is another thing coming up. We've got Wales taking on, it will be New Zealand. Also, there's so many games. Wales are taking on everyone who are relatively big, including Fiji, Australia, Springboks. And also we've got those other games. Next week, we've got USA taking on Canada for a Rugby World Cup qualifying match. I'm keen to do that one as well. And we tune in for the handsome face and the talent as well, says Katie Dixon. And thank you very much. And we have got Me Too, brother. Big smiles at you, brother. And also we are on the same team supporting our boy Hamish, says Nicola Tesla. And I do appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. Like, our channel, like, we're over 5,000 strong at the moment, which is absolutely awesome. To think that, like, our goal for the end of the year this year was going to be 3,500, and we've already smashed it out of the park at this early stage. So it is absolutely awesome indeed. And we have got there, Hamish, hop on those drill beats, bro, and I'll be your producer for beats. Your rap as well, says Nicola. I mean, we have got that Antarctica rap that maybe we could try and bring to market one day, which you guys have heard probably quite a few times so far on this channel. And also phreatomagmatic eruptions is another one that we wrote in school, me and Isaac, which is a little bit of a long word. That is a joy. And we have got, if you think you're not going to be a professional rugby commentator, horse racing is your backup. Also, auctioneer is another one. Yeah, it is going to be a situation of maybe maybe a auctioneer could be on the cards. But now it's going to be an advantage to the Griquas, and they are going to be only 5 meters out at this stage. We have what's got in there. Speaking of trolls, I wonder how that Marco, what an idiot is. Yeah, you got. It's a try to the Griquas, and they are going to be back in this game now. The Griquas, if they can get this kick, it is going to be 13-13. It is Hollis who was able to score it. He hasn't had too much to do in this match so far. I did mention he has been quiet, but now he's been able to score the try that breaks open the game for the Griquas. Nice little beautiful ball from Whitehead, and just driving forward. Hollis got the size of a player in the forward pack, but he is number 13 and he was able to get that try. But pretty much Marco Vunipola, he actually got banned. Not on this channel, but just in general on his YouTube account, kind of coin in, and it got it deleted. But we have still got Johnny Blaze is coming around occasionally, and we've got, as we break it down, Hamish. Hamish has a fast ticking brain. It's basically the bread and butter for freestyle or rap as well, says Tesla. It makes some bangers as well. Maybe I just need to, because I think I end up repeating myself a little bit in terms of the words that I say. So maybe if I can find some new vocabulary as well, start reading the dictionary, see how it goes. You know, find some new words, get a thesaurus out. You know, you guys like a thesaurus? Thesaurus, I think it is. Like, I used to find those fascinating. Like, how do they know all the words? Just put them in a dictionary, you know? 73 minutes gone in this match. And at this stage, Whitehead needs to get this kick over to give the Griquas an even playing field. He struck it nicely, Whitehead, and he's got it as well. 13-13. 73 minutes gone in this one. And Ryan has got the sad face. It's not over yet, Ryan. This is, tell you what, Ryan, this is almost benefiting you. Because if it has to be exactly 3 points, if the Pumas get a penalty here, they will kick a 3-pointer. And then they will have the lead by only that 3 points. So maybe it will be in that situation. Does it have to be by 3 exactly, Ryan? Or is it kind of less than 3? Do let me know. And we have got, oh no, poor sweet Marco. He finally realized no one was interested when he threw all his toys out of the pram as well. Yeah, you guys had a big rivalry a while ago, I remember. Because he used to ask, what time is it in Ireland? And actually, now that I think about it, what time is it in Ireland? Kind of coin, and I finally worked out what time it is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is currently sitting at 8:15 a.m., but I haven't quite worked out Ireland's time frame yet, unfortunately, or time zone, I should say, but now it's going to be the Pumas with the ball in hand. So by 3, says Ryan. So this actually, it being an even playing field, benefits you quite nicely because they were only leading by 2 points when it was the missed kick. And not to me, he isn't as well. So he's kind of going on. And yeah, all, and we have got, yeah, it's all Rhymes, mate, as well. Now it's kicked in behind here. Fourth chair bouncing up nicely, or is it? It's going to be almost a knock on. It's gone backwards, but now the Pumas have been able to claim it. Whitehead able to rip the ball away, though, and it was knocked backwards again. It's going to be a lot of pressure here on the replacement number 23. It's going to be a knock-on advantage, though, and it's 3:15 in the afternoon, Hamish, as well. Says Kanakoinen. 3:15 in the afternoon. So you guys must be 11 hours behind New Zealand. Yeah, maybe. No. Yeah, we'll go with that. 3 hours, no, not 3. 11 hours behind New Zealand. Tell you what, I'm going to have like the world map worked out in my head of exactly like all of the countries, kind of what time frame it is. I feel like that wall's wasted. Well, it's good. It holds up the house. But this wall here, I feel like I need a big poster or something up here. What should I put here? You guys can't see it. It's just a wall at this point. I might show you guys. Do you guys want to see my wall? Wall with a W. Something else differently that gets us demonetized. But I'll see what you guys say. We have got there, Marco's the Joker, Takana's Batman fan fiction as well. And hours in front of South Africa, says Johannes. And, an hour in front of South Africa. And so many people up at so many times. True rugby fans as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, it is great to see. Because, I mean, if we didn't have these Currie Cup games, there would be no rugby this weekend. And I don't think my brain would have been able to handle it. I've been in rugby mode since February, I think, around there somewhere. We've been doing live streams back to back every weekend, and it's going to be continuing. We're probably going to be averaging around 30 hours of live streaming per weekend for rugby. Sounds like a huge amount. Maybe 30's too many. We'll see how we go. We're 9 hours behind Perth, Western Australia as well, says Kanakoin, and that's a good push. Oh, it's going to be double blow at the whistle here. See, if the Pumas win a penalty here for you, Ryan, they will kick it for the 3-pointer. Well, Steve, I'm drunk, but I always love rugby regardless of who's playing as well, says Tesla. And that's the thing. I just love a bit of rugby. 13-13, though. As I says, Nicola, yeah, and at this stage, we've only got a few minutes left, so the Pumas need to win a scrum feed. If it does mean that our boy in the chat, Ryan, does make $2,500, that is big money indeed. How much did you put on it, Ryan, to get into that situation? Was it like a multi-bet, or was it a just single off for them to win by exactly 3? Do let me know. At this stage, 4 minutes left at this stage. When are you going to play GTO with George? Because it's so entertaining. As well, says James Gordon. I think hopefully early next week is when we'll do our next one. Maybe either Monday. I think it would be Monday possibly if we do end up doing one. Or we might do an All Blacks kind of squad review on Monday. That's a big push. Oh, it's been slapped away there. It's going to be an advantage here for the Pumas now. They're right back on their halfway line, but now going short side here. The number 23. Big hit on him. Boy, it was in the end. Stenkamp. I think they've got a penalty advantage here, the Pumas. So this is going to be interesting. September's saying we'll go for it. Thanks very much, mate. So now the Pumas might have a chance of being able to get a 3-point lead in this one. We're going to have to wait and see. Gareth is going for the Pumas, or sorry, for the Griquas in this one. Get the job done as well. And that's the thing. Whoever ends up losing this game, there's still a good chance that they can go through to the final. Deliberate knockdown. They're going for the corner here, the Pumas. Foucher is not backing himself off the boot. And it was a Fundamuvu who ended up giving away that penalty for the Griquas. I've never loved a sport or devoted time and energy to anything like I devoted to rugby as well, says Katie Dixon. And that's the thing, like before doing the Rugby Challenge live streams, like we were just kind of, just doing Rugby Challenge and rugby commentary, we were just doing kind of gaming. But I feel like me doing rugby, like I've learned so much over the last kind of year or so. And it's absolutely awesome. September's got that ball now, and the Pumas a little bit loose there, but 20 metres out, and they've got another opportunity. 2 minutes left in this game. If it's a 13-all draw, both of these sides are going to be making it through to the final, or the semi-finals, I should say, unless the Western Province can beat the Sharks by about 20 points or something along those lines. But now September once again going to be firing this ball back across field. The replacement number 16 here, which in this one is Edwin Swart. Good leg drive there. Couple extra meters, 15 out, going to the left-hand side once again. Willie Engelbrecht with the carry. It's going to be a penalty, is it? He can't go anywhere. But they didn't end up giving it to the Pumas. Straight on the ball there for the Griquas. Almost was fun to move. They need to make sure they don't get themselves in an offside position here, the Griquas, or else this would almost use the rest of the time on the clock. A minute and a half left. I will read the chat in a very short moment. Willie Engelbrecht passing it across. Once again, taking the contact, though. And September just spanking a man on the ground, which is interesting. Going back across now. Once again, it is going to be Mkwandwana. Is the man getting pushed backwards in the tackle there. September once again going to be firing it now to Prinsloo. Getting to carry. This ground looks hard at the moment, where they are playing it as the Griquas home ground, and they would love to be able to get a home ground win here heading into the semi-finals. But if they don't, then they're going to have to wait and see how that next match goes once again. I'm waiting to read the chat, but at this stage, they just don't seem to be stopping at this stage. The Pumas, they're just going to keep on attacking. We're up to about 8 phases or so by now, I would think. At this stage, they just keep on driving forward. Maybe they're going for the draw. They could be going for the draw here. If they get a draw, both sides will be going through, although now they're going wide, and there's going to be 30 seconds left on the clock. This is a big moment here for the Pumas. Do they decide to kick it out if they get the chance, or do they go for the final points that would secure themselves a spot in the final? That's the thing. They have got just 1 point less than the Griquas, so they would prefer the 4 points if they can end up getting through. 20 seconds left in this match. Now September passes it back once again to Swart, met by the Griquas. Once again, they're up to about 14 phases now, I think, for Share now using the back line. Davids, wide ball out to Sebastian de Klerk, but in the ears back 5 meters out here for the Pumas, and we are only a couple meters away, or couple seconds away, I should say. September fires it back. They thought about kicking for touch here, the Pumas, but he was told to fire it back across field. September now, they're up to 14 phases, 15 phases, still driving forward here, the Pumas. 3 points would get them the win. 7 would get them the win for Share with a short ball. It's a knock on. The ball's going dead. It's a draw. It's a draw. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Griquas, they are celebrating. Oh, Willie Engelbrecht. Oh, no, there's a bit of push and shove, and the fist might be flying soon, ladies and gentlemen. It is kicking off at the moment. For the Currie Cup. Who's that man? He's just in a hoodie. I think he's the Griquas support staff. But at this stage, Willie Engelbrecht, well and truly getting fired up there. We're going to have to wait and see how that last game between the Western Province and the Sharks go. We have got there. I'll be here for the 4 a.m. one as well, says it James Gordon. And also we have got there in the chat, Hamish, when's the next international game? It is going to be next week. It is going to be Australia versus New Zealand, and also Canada versus the USA for a Rugby World Cup qualifying match. The first of 2 matches. That's the spirit, fellow rugby. I'm hearing you as well, says Steve Smith. And also, yes, I do, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got NZ time. It will be, or the next one, it will be at 6 p.m. on Sunday for the Australia versus New Zealand game. And then the next game after that will be taking place at the interesting hour of probably around 3 a.m. New Zealand time, and high as well from CPM. And also, yes, do you have TikTok? I do not, but I believe George actually started a Kiwi Lads gaming TikTok, if I'm not wrong, at one stage. Oh yeah, I was got my mother and I have a long, involved discussion yesterday about me moving to New Zealand. As well, says Katie, when are you planning on moving? Do let me know, because you were thinking about going to, I think it was going to be around, Napier. No, it was somewhere in the North Island, I believe, if I'm not wrong, Katie. They did mention Western Province can't beat a drum as well, says Gareth. And also we have got, can I just say, Hamish, I'm very unimpressed with New Zealand for the way they've conducted themselves regarding the Rugby Championship by refusing to play. You do your job. Argentina certainly have. Rennie was right to be pissed as well. Yeah, I'm glad that the game is still taking place at Perth, because of the fact that it seemed like for a while it wasn't going to be taking place, but now it is good to see that we are going to get the game just a week later, although it does mean that a few more players for Australia, I think Dave Rennie was saying Salakai Lotto and Payanga Mosa are both going to be on maternity leave, or they're going to be off because their wives are going to be having babies. So that is 2 players that they probably wouldn't have been missing if it was in the situation of playing when it was originally scheduled. We have got, I don't like draw, says Steve Smith. It feels like an anticlimax, but it does mean now that the Griquas will confirm their spot in a semi-final matchup. So now it's all down to whether or not the Pumas, they get 2 points for this. So that will be 35 for the Pumas now. This will be 34 now for the Pumas. I remember that they didn't have 33 going into this one. So 34 points, which means now the Western Province, I'll be able to get you guys the points differential in a very short moment in terms of how many points they need to win the next game by the Western Province to be able to get through to that final. It's going to be a few, though. It's going to be tough for them, that is for sure, but should be a very exciting one indeed. Right, we are going to click on the Currie Cup, and we're going to see exactly what we are sitting on. So at this stage now, it will mean, they don't have the points differential on this one, unfortunately. Right now, we have got it. The points differential. So the Western Province are going to have to beat the Sharks by 24 points. Yeah, that's not very easy against the Sharks side. That is for sure. We have got there. Was that for me, Katie, as well? And also we have got, I think sometimes people troll you in a way because you speak in the chat, whether you intended or not, it just came off as a very confrontational. Peace and love, just a suggestion as well. We have got there. We have got, because when I first came, Katie, he practically started, I barely said anything. And also we have got GG by the sounds of it. I need to rewatch it as well, says Nikola Tesla. And at this stage now, it's going to be interesting. You know, this next game between the Bulls and it will be the Cheetahs. This game kind of just confirms whether or not the Bulls will have a home final, because if they even get 1 point, they will have the home final heading into the next matchup, which is going to be exciting. I am excited for it, as you guys probably know. And then we have got there, GD by the sounds of it. I need to rewatch it. And also we have got Sharks. We will take it by 10 to 15 points. Province is nowhere near this year. Or nowhere this year as well, says Gareth. Yeah, at this stage, they really needed the Pumas to lose that game to have any chance, because that went from them only needing to win the game by 1 point to now needing to win it by 24, which is just very tough to do. Definitely up against the Sharks. I feel like even beating one of the lower sides by 24 points, it's very tough. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of a fun Google while we're at it. I'm going to see how many teams the Western Province have beaten at this stage by 24 points. We're going to do a little bit of the quickfire maths. Right. They lost that game, unfortunately. They won that game by 22. Okay, that's close. That's close. That game was cancelled. Not good. That one game, they lost that one by 23, unfortunately. They won that one by a little bit. Right. Okay, I'm going through. Yeah. Unfortunately for them. Oh, here's one. Here's one right now. The only game that they have won by 24 points or anything around there at this stage is going to be the only game that they won was the first round. So it's going to be tough for them. That is for sure. And preach to Katie as well, says Nicola. And also we have got there. I've never seen kind of in my 2 months here. As says Tesla. Also we have got there. Do you have any idea how many dudes came at me in the chat sometimes with the harassments? It's got to be in the hundreds by now. I just ignore them. If I ended them, I'd pass out from exhaustion as well. That is true, because you are the only female viewer we have had. Like, everyone sees a female and goes, it's a female. Pretty much is probably what happens in their mind. But yeah, at this stage, I mean, it's very windy there that are just showing in the background for the wind in the trees. But this next game is going to be taking place at a different location in South Africa. It's going to be taking place in only about 14 minutes time or 15 minutes time. So what I am going to be doing quickly is we are going to be getting our next live stream set up. Do I just stay on this live stream? Are you guys keen for just a little bit of a post-match chat while I set up the next live kind of lineups and everything? Do let me know whether or not you guys want me to stick around, or whether you want me to end it and then go on to the next one. It will be at 2:40. So we've got 12 minutes. So do let me know. Oh no, my battery is dead almost on my iPad, which is not ideal. We do not like that one bit. Hopefully we can fix that. Yes, we can. And we have got Lions as well. Says Kana Koinen, because not much has happened in the rugby. Had little interest in the Lions series as well. Says Kana Koinen. And at this stage now, we've got 2 more games tonight. We are currently sitting 2:30 a.m. here in New Zealand. My brain hopefully will be able to cope as well. I got a girlfriend to watch a few weeks ago. I got my girlfriend to watch a few weeks ago. A girlfriend to watch sounds like a different situation, but she doesn't enjoy rugby. So for it, was kind of torture, or for her, it was kind of torture as well. Yeah, it's an interesting one, because some people love it, some people hate it. And it seems to be there's not really in between. You either really enjoy rugby or you really dislike it. And I feel like I'm in the side of the really enjoying it. And I think a lot of people in the chat are also in that really enjoyable stage. I'll take your advice on board. Don't worry, Katie, as well, with the winky face. So I'm not sure what that winky face is. At this stage now, we are just going to see exactly who's in the lineup for the Bulls. They've got a strong side going into this match. I can tell you that right now, and it's going to be tough for the fellas in the Cheetahs camp to be able to get a win here. If they can, they still don't quite make it to the semi-final, unfortunately for them, which is not ideal one, but they would have loved to be able to make it into that final and be able to fight towards possibly a title, but not quite this year, unfortunately. I'm talking in a weird voice today for some reason. I'm not sure whether it's my tired voice, how I kind of add a little bit more twang on it, or something along that line. And we have got, at the end of the day, I love this chat and this fam and this community, and I don't want us all to get along, or I want us all, sorry, I read that very wrong. I want us all to get along as best as possible. Sorry if I act like a mum sometimes as well. And Lol Hamish wasn't expecting your reaction to memories as well, says Kana Koinen as well. Hamish, wasn't expecting your reaction to memories as well, says Kana Koinen. I feel like that's gone straight over my head. Bulls are the best as well, says Jan Fenter. Yeah, I think they're going to get this win. It is just a case of how much are they going to win by. I tell you what, we will have a guess beforehand. Everyone in the chat right now, do let me know how many points you think the Bulls will win by. Because I think it's going to be a few. I think I'm going to say, with the way that they played last week. Did they play last week? Yeah, they did. Sorry, they played against the Pumas. Sorry, I wasn't expecting your reaction to my emoji. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, memories? What's the memories? But stupid autocorrect as well, says Kanakoin. And I saw it in the corner. I was like, that emoji. Tell you what, if you want access to special emojis, Kanakoin, and we have got the likes of a Billy emoji, which I haven't seen too much of today, but we've also got the Kieran emoji, which is the Shrine inflatable for our channel members, if you are keen on that idea. But if not, then it is no worries at all, mate. But yeah, we have got these special emojis. I absolutely love them, and we are going to be adding a disappointed George face extremely soon as well, which I feel like is going to look absolutely awesome in that regard, right? We are going to go like this, and we are just setting up the next live stream as well. For anyone who is wondering what we are up to, we are going to be transferring over to a next one as well. There's the Billies in the chat from Katie as well. And look at that. I feel like it's kind of awesome that it does have his bad eye in it as well, because it's like we could have cut his bad eye, or that sounds bad. We could have like cropped his bad eye out and kind of had it as just a normal eye, but I feel like that's what makes him a little bit more unique. So he decided to go with it and have his eye as it is in that one as well. Right, we are quickly making the next one. I've realized I'm very bad at talking while actually like doing something at the same time. Like I'm all right with the commentary side of it, but when I'm like, because I'm currently making my lineups, and that is one thing that I haven't actually tried to do while talking before. There we go. We are just making it very nicely indeed. And we have got not as bad eye, his magic eye as well. And we all love rugby, all that matters as well, says Nikola Tesla. And yeah, at this stage, hopefully we are all going to be loving the game that is coming up extremely soon. So what I might do is I will end this live stream in only a short moment, and then we will be starting our next one straight after. And that is going to be the match between the Lions. That's a lie. The match between the Cheetahs and also the Bulls. And I will have that updated table as well for you guys at the start of the live stream. We are just quickly updating our lineup, so they are ready to go. Nice, Kiwi lads. Get a piece of getting a piece of Australian as well, says Barry Green. We were indeed, and also we have got there in the chat, same as Gunnar as well, says Nicola, and also we have got don't worry from Nicola there, and dollar donation as well, says Barry Green. We did indeed. Steve Smith once again was back with his generosity, and he is well and truly, everyone would say that he is the man of the match for that last one. It is 13-all draw. Interesting result in that one, that is for sure. I'm getting an ad with Kevin Hart at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. I can hear it in the background, but I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, it's a Bugs Bunny one. But nonetheless, I think I am going to be ending this live stream. We are going to be transferring straight over to our next one, which is going to be the match between the Bulls and also the Cheetahs, starting in 7 minutes' time. Once this live stream ends, it will actually redirect you. The one that it will show at the end of the screen will actually end up in the situation of you guys being able to click, and it will take you straight to that next live stream. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We have got plenty more South African rugby coming today at currently 2:30 a.m. here in New Zealand. We are not slowing down. We will see you all in a very short moment for the next one. Thanks all very much for watching. That was the worst outro I've done in a long time, I think. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.